You're listening to Carolina Forest Panther football on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network, and it starts right now.
And welcome to Carolina Forest football on the Carolina Forest Football Network. And tonight, the 6-3 Panthers go deep sea fishing and take on the 3-6 St. James Sharks. Carolina Forest coming off the first shutout win in 2 years against Socastee. My name is Preston Payne, and I am joined tonight by the man who usually brings you all the action, Brandon Biskobing. I'll bring you on, and not the voice that you normally recognize, but tonight I'll be doing play-by-play, so we
You're giving me a bit of a night off. Switching roles for the final game of the season.
I will go ahead and give a caveat. The St. James Band is out on the field, looking like they're going to do the national anthem soon, so it might be a quick intro and then into a break, but we will go over that. So I mentioned last week the first shutout win in over 2 years, the last one against New Hanover in 2021. What, on the defensive side, what do you take away from that game? It was a weaker opponent against Socastee, but what do you take away from that game if you're Coach Mark Morris?
I mean, it just shows. And
we're
not quite yet. But it just shows. I mean, we've talked about it all year. It's been mostly talking about having a bend but don't break type of defense. But last week it was just there wasn't even a bend. It was just utter domination by the defense, and it's something we've talked about all season long, and they're getting hot at the right time as we are about to go into the playoffs. Defense wins championships. I know you hate that saying,
I hate the saying,
but it's true. And, you know, if the defense can play as well as they did last week and as well as, honestly, they've played over the last couple of weeks, you know, they can certainly go far in the playoffs as we are.
The national anthem's getting ready to play. So we'll take a quick break, and then we will be right back with the actual pregame show.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical conditions are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com, or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
are back for the rest of our pregame show, and we were talking about how Sac was not a strong opponent, and honestly, neither is St. James. So they're 3-6 coming in this game, as I mentioned, and honestly, region play has been kind of up and down for St. James. So the first week they lose to Conway in a nail biter, 27-22, then play a Sac team very well, put up 40 points on them, which is, in case you missed it, more points than we put up on them. And then lose
but
to
then again, at the same time, they also gave up 35 points, and they were down by, what, 21
going into the fourth quarter.
Into the fourth
So,
quarter.
look, I was trying to give St. James a little bit of the benefit
I
of the doubt.
understand this.
But then last week got absolutely crushed
Yeah.
by Sumter to give Carolina Forest the actual clinch of the region.
42-14.
42-14. So we were talking about it before we went on air about how what do you do with your star players, and I've gotten word that Khalil Johnson will at least start.
Oh.
That Philip McLean will at least play in some capacity. Ethan Hamilton is the only QB listed or that we've seen except for the West Brunswick game, so we assume that he's playing.
Yeah.
What is the strategy that you think Mark Morris should take in this game and with resting players? And
I
stuff
mean,
like that?
in my opinion, if I were Mark Morris, I would be resting them entirely unless
the game gets
St.
shaky.
James started to get a little bit of momentum and it looked like they were going to, maybe take a lead or something. Because not only because you want to rest your starters for next week, but we received word courtesy of Ian Guerin over the weekend that we were actually wrong last week that there is no restriction on region versus region opponent in the first round of the playoffs for at-large bids. So if Carolina Forest wins this game, which would drop St. James down to the 5 seed, this will become a week after week home and home series with St. James coming to Carolina Forest for the first round of the SEHSL playoffs next week. So especially considering that, I would be resting my starters as much as possible, not only to get them ready for the game next week and give them the rest, but also so as not to give any sort of game plan away to St. James for next week.
And we were talking about this before we went on air. We were talking about with the statistician for St. James who so graciously helped us last week with the scoring of the Sumter St. James game. But St. James does not control their own destiny really at all.
No. Well, they
do, but in all actuality, they rely on a lot of the other game in the region, which is Conway versus Sumter, because
to an extent,
because if what we assume happens here, then they have two options. It's either the 4 or the 5. Now, if we assume that what happens over there happens, then they're the 5 seed anyway. But St. James is in a really unique position because they can't play spoiler, and they have something to play for. But whether you're going to Somerville or going to Carolina Forest, doesn't really matter. So, and that's kind of the thing. Like with St. James, how it'll be interesting to see, and it's always interesting. Last games of this regular season is how do teams use their starters? And I think for St. James, you obviously play them because you have something to play for. Carolina Forest has locked up that top region spot, courtesy of the St. James loss last week and the win last week against Sac. That I don't think Carolina Forest should really be playing, maybe outside of the first quarter of their starters. And it would be really interesting to see what happens with that. Speaking of starters playing in general, Philip McLean, we noticed, was taking snaps at center.
Now, I don't know if that was something that he's always done or if it's just or if they were doing something different. But, yeah, it was kind of interesting seeing McLean take snaps at center for a bit and working on his snapping. And
I am 99% sure that I got the name right on who got injured on the offensive line. I believe it was Tyler Dean who tore his ACL. That's the reported injury. Again, if I'm wrong, please someone let me know because I think I have that name right. But again, I could always be wrong. But if that's the case, then they're probably shifting offensive linemen over. And if Philip is playing center, would that mean that he plays a little bit more just to get him ready to play center to maybe in the rest of the playoffs?
But would you put your star offensive lineman who, you talk about the most important position on the offensive line is left tackle.
Right.
with a right-handed quarterback, obviously.
Right, right, right.
So would you really move him to that center position even if there is an injury for the playoffs?
I would almost argue that center at the high school level is probably more important because how many times
You
have
have
we
to
seen
snap
a low
it.
snap,
Yeah,
a
or
high snap, or
yeah.
something that disrupts an offense's rhythm? I think you have your best player go be the center, your best offensive line player go be the center and let him do work. As the coin toss is up, I can't tell.
Yeah, all the players are in the middle, so we can't really see what the call is or anything like that. Speaking of injuries, on the flip side for St. James, their star player, Jason Faulkner, earlier on in the season,
It was like the first game of the season. Yeah.
We learned he tore his ACL, has been out for the entire season. So that's a big blow on both sides of the ball to St. James.
Right, and it's obviously they've felt that in their record.
Yeah.
But
and looking at St. James's record, their only 3 wins are to a 3A Waccamaw team, a 2A Lake City team, and then obviously Saukesty, who we saw how poor their play is with how they played against Carolina Forest last week.
As Carolina Forest won the toss and elected to receive, so they will start the ball out with to start this game.
And
yeah, go ahead.
Contrary to my normal thoughts, I think that's probably the right call here. Get out to an early lead in the first quarter, get maybe a 14 or 21 point lead, and then take the starters out after the first quarter.
No, I always kind of think I would play it by matchup. Actually, it's funny you say that because I would actually think the reverse.
Really? That's ironic.
This isn't a game where I think Carolina Forest needs to go out and set the tone. I think Carolina Forest goes out and they win the game. I think this is a game that you're supposed to win.
True.
My line of thinking is you take the ball in games you're not supposed to win and you go out and punch them out like a Sumter game.
Yeah.
You go out and maybe have a 10-minute drive and all of a sudden you punch them in the mouth. You don't. But St. James isn't Sumter. We don't need that.
Yeah.
So that is that's my line of reasoning, which is why I actually think the opposite, which is kind of funny because usually you're the guy that wants to kick it off.
I know.
But
it's funny.
As the Sharks and the Panthers will come out onto the field, and I asked you pregame, and you didn't know. We had this for the Oceanside game because they're the Sharks too.
Okay.
Have you thought of it in the past 30 minutes?
I forget.
A shiver.
Shivers.
A shiver of Sharks.
So now I have a trivia question for you. Since we won't be able to talk about him during the game because he's not playing.
I think I know the answer to this question.
Jason Faulkner has one offer.
I know it.
And there is something unique about this team. It's Swanee. Who were they a charter member of? For conference-wise.
So Sewanee was a member of the SEC.
Was a charter member when the SEC first started and won an SEC championship.
They've won an SEC championship more recently than Vanderbilt has.
Yes.
In football.
Yeah, in football. Yes.
But so you asked me that in the preseason, and I knew it then, and I knew it now. But that always comes up whenever Vanderbilt goes like 2-10 in a year, and they're like, okay. Well, Brandon, the first kickoff that I think I'll ever be able to do doing play-by-play.
Yep.
St. James is lined up. Carolina Forest, like we said, will receive. Kicker Hector Rodriguez will kick it off and start this game. Man, I'm ready. As the final regular season game is underway and is a pooch kick towards the 25, and it is muffed by, it looked like Finney Mahuta on the field, but he got it back and was able to collect it to the 30-yard line, and that's where Carolina Forest will start the game.
Yeah, a bit of a muff by Mahood, but was able to recover it, and the Panthers will start on the 30.
You wonder if that's why we don't throw the ball as often, because the
probably. Well, it also doesn't help that Ethan Hamilton doesn't exactly have the most accurate arm either.
Okay, let's not. But just to give an update on the offensive line, I know we don't talk about him much, but Philip McLean is still at his left tackle position, so that was something to look for. He's still at his left tackle position.
And interesting to note,
Christopher Livingston's in at the running back position.
Khalil Johnson not in to start off.
They go shotgun set, 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Ethan Hamilton's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it to Livingston. Livingston hits a hole and gets to the second level plus a little bit more, and he will be taken down at the 41-yard line, and that will be a Carolina Forest Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. If you don't know why I'm emphatically saying Tony, it's because I said Pat McAfee the first ever time I did play-by-play. I try to bury that one in the depths of the files, but Carolina Forest going to take their time as they usually do. Shotgun set, same formation, except there's 2 wide on either side. Ethan Hamilton in the shotgun. Motioning the slot wide receiver in. It's going to be Finney Mahood on the jet sweep, and he's going to fumble it a little bit, but gets it, and it gets wrapped up on the edge for only a gain of about 2. It was a forward toss, so Finney Mahood was able to get the reception there.
Technical reception.
If you're playing PPR, Ethan Hamilton Finney Mahood just got you a point.
But, I mean, there he just didn't really have anywhere to go on the edge. Tried to get around the corner, but a good job by the defensive player. I believe that was Nahashawn Hill who made the tackle.
Shotgun set. It's going to be read option for Ethan Hamilton. Ethan Hamilton's going to break a couple tackles. He's going to get past the first down marker and a lot more. He's going to get wrestled down by a shiver of Sharks at the 35-yard line. A gain of about 24, excuse me. And Ethan Hamilton off to a good start running the football.
Another Tony McAfee State Farm first down for the Panthers.
Man, I'm going to have to say that a lot tonight, aren't I?
Yeah, tonight's going to be one of those games that you're going to get a lot. Unless you get a big break,
run.
Touchdown run.
Shotgun set's going to hand it off to Christopher Livingston again, and Livingston's going to get a hole, but will be taken down at about the 29-yard line for a gain of about 6. And this offense, and even though Khalil Johnson's not in, and I know I'm doing color commentary duties again, but
of course.
Khalil Johnson not in, but the running game actually looks better than last week against Sac State.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, the running game thus far, and it may just be because St. James' running defense isn't all that great, but running game working very efficiently thus far.
Right. Shotgun set, going to hand it off to Livingston again right up the middle, and he's going to plow through, and it's going to be right at the marker, and they're going to give him the Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down after a gain of about 5. That will set him up right at the 25-yard line.
And it's kind of a bit of both types of offenses right now for the Panthers. A couple of 3 yards in a cloud of dust type runs, and then breaking a big one. It seems like they're alternating runs essentially.
Right. Ethan Hamilton going to check his wristband for the play call, going back to the shotgun set with 1 wide receiver on either side with Livingston still in the backfield. Hands it off right up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to get to the second level, and he's going to break a couple tackles. He's still going, and he's going to get finally wrangled down, but not before a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down, and he got all the way down to the 9-yard line.
So already into goal-to-go territory, and, I mean, if this is how porous the St. James defense is going to be to start off this game, this might be a long night for St. James.
Hamilton checking the sideline again. Livingston's going to go from the far side to the left side of Ethan Hamilton. 1 wide receiver set in the shotgun. Snap, handoff to Livingston. He's got a hole, and he's going to bounce, but he will be taken down at about the 6-yard line for a gain of 3. And it doesn't sound like quite a lot, but that's his lowest rush of the game, and it's by a good margin, too.
Already starting off this game strong. And I know this is a little early. I'll mention it after the next play.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this. Shotgun set, still 1 wide receiver on either side. Now both tight ends are going to motion from right to left. Snap. Hands it off to Livingston. Livingston's going to get right up the middle, and he's going to get pulled just short of the goal line. Rustled down by, it looks like number 6 on the tackle, Logan Marsh on the tackle from the defensive end position. And it was that close to being a
inches.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd and goal from probably the 1-yard line. And Livingston's already been the goal line back. He probably gets the goal line carry here, too.
Yeah.
Still in the shotgun. Livingston to Ethan Hamilton's left. 1 wide receiver on either side. Snap. Low snap. Ethan Hamilton he's going to hand it off, actually, and that was a no gain on the run. Actually might have lost a yard.
Yeah, Livingston just, I don't know if He might have bobbled it a little bit in his hand when he got the handoff and just had nowhere to go on that carry.
And they're going to actually bring Khalil Johnson in. So a reverse of what we normally see. Khalil Johnson actually being the goal line back right now.
And they're going for it on 4th and goal here.
Actually, that's Quavius Drawn who's coming into the game, not Khalil Johnson. They're going to run the speed option. Ethan Hamilton's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be short at the goal line.
Wow.
Wow. Ethan Hamilton stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and the only silver lining that I can think of in that instance, that now the St. James offense is backed up, and we know how good this defense is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you see a safety, but, I mean, yeah, still good drive, but got to finish it off.
Yeah. So St. James will take over at about their own 1. This is 1.5, I'll say. St. James in the shotgun set on for Connor Schwalm, the quarterback, sitting in his own end zone. I formation looks like from St. James. They're going to motion the slot right receiver. It's going to be a handoff, and he will push through the line for a gain of about 2. It looked like Isaiah Brown, number 24, on the carry, and I couldn't tell who was on the tackle, but it was just a swarm. It was like that entire defensive line was right there for the tackle.
Would you just send
I would send everyone. Shotgun set, looking to his left, and he's going to find a sit-down route as Braylon Fernandez is going to wrap up number 4, Cooper Kelly, on the catch. But it was a gain of about 7, but Braylon Fernandez was right there to make sure that was not extended into a first down.
This is going to be a big 3rd down early on in this game.
Yeah, because
you got to get a stop.
If you can get a stop here, then, I mean, there's no way St. James goes for it.
Yeah, and you might get the ball back in St. James territory.
Right. Shotgun set, trips to the right side of Connor Schwalm. Snap, handoff to Isaiah Brown. Isaiah Brown's going to actually find a hole, and it will be a first down for St. James as Isaiah Brown gets the carry for about 4. And that will be, St. James first down. Just unlucky. Isaiah Brown was able to make something out of absolutely nothing. Connor Schwalm looking to the sideline for the play call. And you would assume this defense just this might be a little bit more of the bend but don't break that we saw in weeks past before the Saugusty game.
Yeah. As long as they keep St. James out of the end zone, they should be good.
Right. Shotgun set. It's going to be 3 on the right side of Connor Schwalm. Snap. It's going to be a jet sweep to the far side wide receiver. He's going to reverse field. He's got a lane. He's got a sideline. He's got a couple men to beat. Will be wrapped down by, it looked like Charles McCray on that far side, and that was number 4 Cooper Kelly on the carry, and that was a big play from the Sharks offense. And not something you want to see as a Panthers fan.
No. And I haven't fully been able to notice, but it looks like the first defense is still out there for the Panthers. So kind of surprising that they're getting chewed up this quickly.
Shotgun set 2 wide on either side, and this time it's a pass, but it is going absolutely nowhere. Only a gain of about 2 as the throw and catch was from Schwalm to I couldn't see who the number was, but the Panthers did Panthers did a really good job there.
That was just a quick little dig route, and the Panthers were right there to stuff it.
St. James coming out again in the bunch formation to the right side of Connor Schwalm, and then Kelly coming across, and it's going to be a handoff to Brown, and Brown's going to break through a hole, get to the second level, but will be brought down about 1.5 yards short of the first down marker.
I don't know if it's more of the offensive line getting power over the front 4 or if the front 7 is having issues, but there have been a lot of big holes thus far for St. James to run through.
3rd down and 1. Shotgun set. 2 on either side. Motioning Kelly to the near side. Connor Schwalm's going to keep himself. He's got the edge, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds by Jamari Davis. but not before another St. James first down. And this St. James offense looks really, really good right now.
Yeah, you have to wonder what's going on with the Panthers defense that they're seemingly getting run all over on thus far.
Right. And for St. James, this offense just looks like they're just going to get the ball into their hands of their best players, obviously Cooper Kelly and Connor Schwalm, and they're just going to say, you can't beat it. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. Kelly's going to go from the slot on the right to the left. He's going to hand it off to Brown, and Brown's going to have a little bit of a hole and will be taken down at the 35-yard line by a prowl of Panthers, taken out by mainly Jamari Davis, it looked like, on that far side. They're going to mark him actually down at the 38, 37.
Yeah, that time getting the defense able to push him out of bounds before he was able to get more yards. But again, whether inside or outside, it seems like the St. James running game is just finding holes everywhere in this Panther defense.
Yep. Shotgun set, again, 3 wide on the near side. Snap, Connor Schwalm dropping back. He's going to look short to Kelly, and Kelly just overthrown by Schwalm, and Schwalm's lucky that wasn't picked.
Yeah, that was a lucky break for St. James.
Number 20, Riker Roberts.
Yeah, Riker
right
Roberts was right there ready to potentially intercept it, but just not able to hang on.
And, again, we've talked about this all year long, but 3rd and long is where this Carolina Force defense, if they just need one break for a 3rd and long, and they have mostly gone off the field. 3:37 left to go in this first quarter. Shotgun set, 3 on the near side again for Schwalm. Kelly's going to rotate to the backfield. They're going to hand it. No, Schwalm's going to keep himself on the triple option. Kelly's going to get to the outside, but tackled short of the first down. He's going to get a gain of about 3, and now this sets up a really interesting 4th and 3.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of in no man's land at this point in high school on the 34 or on the 33-yard line. It's too far to kick a field goal, and you're too far up the field to punt it, so you basically have to go for it.
And that's what St. James is going to do. This time they're going to set up with 3 wide on the far side, the left of Connor Schwalm. Isaiah Brown in the backfield to the left as well. Snap. He's looking 3-step drop. He's looking to the near side, and it is caught, but there's a flag on the sideline, caught by Cooper Kelly. Now there's also a flag right there, so this could be coming back for an offensive pass interference, but we'll see that. We'll check the flag.
And unfortunately, unlike the last time we were here, we do not have the refs mic'd up.
Right.
So we'll just have to go off of hand signal.
Interesting on the spotting of this flag because it's right near the catch spot, but I didn't see a whole lot after the play, so this has to be a live ball foul. It's going to be a face mask on Carolina Forest.
That's a big blow because not only does the catch count, but it moves St. James up even further.
Right, and that penalty was on Xavion Wins right there, and an uncharacteristic mistake if we're being honest. Now, this is the spot where Carolina Forest defense has bend but didn't break. Let's see if they can continue that right here.
Yeah, they've done very well in recent weeks, especially in the Saucony game in these situations. Saucony had the ball on the 1-yard line, and they did not score.
Schwalm set up in the shotgun. They're going to move Kelly from the far side to the near side of the far side. They're going to hand it off to Brown. Brown's got a little bit of a hole, but a prowl of Panthers can't bring him down. He's going to reverse field again. He's got blockers in front of him, and that is going to be a St. James touchdown.
This may be coming back, though.
There's a flag.
I think this is coming back for a legal block in the back.
I think so, too. Charles McCray was the one who got blocked.
Yeah.
I didn't see who the lineman was. This one's probably coming back. Yeah, St. James is already moving their offense backwards. Yep, it's going to be on St. James, so that touchdown's going to be coming off the board.
Yeah, that was a very easy call.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one while doing play-by-play. Usually, I'm a little better at calling that on color commentary, but yeah, that's going to push St. James out of the red zone to the 26-yard line. Still in the first quarter with 2:46 to go. And again, not really. This is reminiscent of the Saucony game. Not really the showing you want in the first quarter from this Carolina Forest team. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side, 1 to the far side. Snap. They're going to run the QB power with Schwalm. Schwalm's going to get to the outside, but he's going to be met near the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a little bit of yards. There's a late flag that came out as well. For now, it's a gain of 2, but we'll check the flag to see if that will stand or if St. James might even get moved up a little bit.
Good job by Riker Roberts coming up and just forcing Schwalm out of bounds.
And they've been really judgy on that sideline, so I wonder if this one could also be coming back because of maybe a late hit, but it didn't look like it was that egregious either. I think egregious is going to be the word of the day. Personal foul. It's going to be a personal foul. Wow.
So, yeah, now that you've seen it twice, the Panthers really need to be careful on those sideline hits. Although this could come back to bite them, though, at the same time, if St. James knows it,
they're going to abuse it.
If Schwalm looks like he's going out of bounds, you need to just let him go and basically just, usher him out of bounds, essentially.
They're going to go 3 wide to the far side, and then they're going to keep Cooper Kelly on the near side as the lone wide receiver on the right side of Schwalm. Isaiah Brown's also in the backfield to the right. Shotgun set. He's going to take it, the handoff to Isaiah Brown, and Brown's going to get brought down after a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. They're going to set it at the 9-yard line.
Good job by the Panthers. They're not letting him bounce out of the tackles like he did a couple of plays ago.
So it'll be 3rd down here. And again, 3rd and long is where Carolina Forest has thrived. And they actually got the stop on the first 3rd down. They just didn't just got the 4th down conversion. Again, 3 wide to the near side for Schwalm, 1 on the far side. Takes a snap, 3-step drop, looking right. He's going to look to the end zone. He will get sacked. Taken down, and it looked like the ball came out as well. Schwalm's gonna recover, but number 26 came off the edge. Jonathan Principe on the sack, and he came flying off the edge.
And now this again kind of pushes St. James into no man's land on the 18-yard line. I mean, they're a little closer this time, so they may kick the field goal.
No, I don't see the field goal unit coming out. They're going to go for it here. 4th, and from here back to St. James, or from back to Conway. That's what I meant. 4th and about 20. Schwalm's going to go empty here, 5 wide. Takes a snap, and there's a.
I would imagine this is going to be a false start on St. James, which is going to push him back.
Timeout by the Panthers. Yeah,
wow.
That's not surprising, though, because how many offenses in high school run 5 wide?
True.
So when we come back, it'll be 4th and 20 for St. James. We will see you right after the break.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we are back. The team's still in the huddles for the timeout, but this is, again, a big 4th and 20, especially after the offense got stopped on the 1-yard line on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a big momentum boost for the Panthers if they can get this stop, because it's the way they've been playing all season long is, like we talked about earlier, bend but don't break defense. And if they can get this stop and keep this game scoreless, it helps the offense kind of take that hard pill to swallow of missing out on the touchdown on the last drive a little easier.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to go back to the shotgun, 2 on either side. Brown in the backfield this time. He's going to take the snap, 3-step drop, looking right, looking to the end zone. Wow, caught by number 11, Jace Shropshire, and that is a touchdown by St. James. Wow.
That was just a perfectly thrown ball. It looked like Xavier Wins tried to bat it down, but just could not get his hand on it. Just a perfectly thrown ball into the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, that was honestly a beautiful ball.
And now the question is, like I mentioned earlier, do you bring in Khalil Johnson because you're down?
Right. As Hector Rodriguez is going to be in for the extra point, as the extra point is up and good. And who had this on their bingo card? The first score of the game was going to be by St. James.
After the St. James defense stops Carolina Forest at the 1-yard line.
Right. And so that brings our score to St. James 7, Carolina Forest nothing with 1:24 to go. And for the offense now, I mean, I would bring Khalil Johnson at least back in for the next drive.
At least for this drive,
right.
Yeah. Get the score, get it tied up again, and then
go from there.
But yeah,
I mean, it's not like Livingston isn't
running it well.
Yeah. He's running it really well, to be honest with you. It's just not.
They just got stuffed.
It's just
at
got
the
stuffed
line.
at one, yeah. And how often does that really even happen against this Carolina Forest team?
Especially against Livingston.
Yeah, they had drawn in that last play.
Oh, that's true. Maybe they should have kept Livingston in because he's been the primary goal line back.
Right.
But I mean, and we didn't really talk about it during the pregame, but and I don't think the Panthers are taking it like this, but this is your quintessential trap game.
As the kick is up and away, and Finney Mahood's going to get a little bit of a lane. There's a flag down, but for now, he's going to be set up. The Panthers are going to be set up at the 39-yard line. And yeah, like you were saying, this could be this. I mean, it's not necessarily because trap games imply that you have something to play for.
True. True.
This isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Carolina Forest has
nothing.
The
to
worst.
play
The
for,
worst case that happens is that they see the same St. James team in a week.
Well, actually, I take that back. Well, you're actually wrong because if they lose this game, St. James they would not be seeing.
They wouldn't
St.
even see St. James. So maybe the plan is
to lose so that they have
to
so that they face Augustine next week.
I don't honestly. This game might end. There's in the realm of possibility there is where St. James wins, but I don't think Mark Morris is really scared either way.
Yeah.
So Carolina Forest is going to take the field. Ethan Hamilton looking to the sideline for a play call, and it's important to note Livingston is still in the game as the primary running back, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Especially considering how much they used Khalil Johnson last week, I think they're giving Khalil Johnson the night off.
A little rest, yeah. Shotgun set. Ethan Hamilton's going to keep it on the read option, and we'll get about 3 on the first down carry going to the 25-yard line, and 3 yards in a cloud does football. And with time running, you're going to have at least one more play in this first quarter. If not, if they get a little fast, maybe 2. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Livingston to Ethan Hamilton's left, now motioning to the right. Ethan Hamilton takes he's going to 3-step drop to the far side, and he's just going to miss Joe Ober on the far side sideline. And Ober was wide open, just did not hit him very well. Wasn't a really well thrown ball, let me rephrase. As it is 3rd and 7, and this is not the position that this Carolina Forest offense wants to be in because it's not built for it. Not at all. Because the clock stopped, there will be at least one more play in this first quarter with 32 seconds left to go. Hamilton, shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Joe Ober motioning to the tight end position. Snap. Hands it off to Livingston. Livingston's going to get to the outside, but will get wrapped up for a no gain on 3rd and 7. And I'll tell you what, the Sharks defense looks pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Got to the edge and was able to cut him off, and you'd have to assume it's a punt here. But
yeah, especially this deep.
But like we said, this game doesn't tell me anything.
No.
Even if we lose 49-0,
it
doesn't
matter.
tell me anything.
As the first quarter is
going to end. And so we end the first quarter with the score 7-0, and we will catch you right after the break.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical distance are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at Comfort SuperDogSalon.com. Or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
And we are back in St. James Stadium. I wish they had a name for the stadium. I really hate calling stadiums by just the team name stadium. It's
None of the Horry County
Well,
outside of Doug Shaw
Doug Shaw, but that's because that one's owned by
and North Myrtle Beach.
That's true. But that's because, I guess Socrates old enough, but, Socrates doesn't have a really storied football program.
True.
So it's,
But surprisingly, Conway I think does.
I think so too.
I think they do, if I remember correctly. But, I mean, it makes sense considering St. James is even younger than Carolina Forest.
Right. In fact, my uncle actually went here.
Huh.
He went here the first year it was open.
He was in the inaugural class.
Yeah. As Carolina Forest, Ethan Hamilton went to go start to back up at the end of that first quarter before the horn went. So we'll see what he does here. Right now in the shotgun set with 2 wide on either side. And the ref finally signals him in. And yeah, Ethan Hamilton's going to back up to kick the punt. So a 3 and out for this Carolina Forest team. As a high snap. And Ethan Hamilton's just going to have to fall on it. He's going to pick it up and try to make something out of nothing, but he's going to get taken down. It will be dependent on the spot. And they'll get it at the 1 yard line. And all of a sudden, this St. James team is back at the 1 yard line ready to score.
Yeah, that's...
Wow.
I wonder who was snapping that ball. It might have had something to do with how they were having other players play center earlier on.
Right. First and goal for St. James.
And now, again, the question, is laid to the table, especially if St. James is able to score here. Do you bring in the starters, or do you basically just say, okay, we've clinched the region?
As Connor Schwalm, to keep your point alive, walks into the end zone on a QB power, and all of a sudden, this St. James team is up 13-0. And, that's not what you want from this Carolina Forest defense. Well, no, realistically speaking, they got the ball on the 1 yard line.
You're not going to do much with that.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, now the question has to be raised. Do you bring in the starters if you're Mark Morris?
Well, and by starter, we mean Khalil Johnson.
Yes.
As the extra point is up and good, and all of a sudden,
it's 14-0 with 11:55 left to go in the half.
So I think I already kind of got your opinion on it, but do you bring Khalil Johnson back on this drive?
Yes.
So here's what I wonder. I wonder if Mark Morris is just saving Khalil Johnson for next week, because I think
you would have to assume, but again, it's okay. Yes, on an actual sense, you're not really playing for anything tonight.
Right.
But you would want to have that undefeated region.
See, but I also think we after calling games for the past couple years, we should know Mark Morris does not care about semantics.
True.
He does not care about anything else except winning playoff football.
Winning games that matter.
Winning games that matter. And which is why you see him play the toughest opponents he possibly can out of region play.
Yeah, even if their non-region record isn't the greatest.
Right. As the kick by Hector Rodriguez is up. It's a little bit deeper than the past couple, but it'll be fielded at the 20-yard line by Charles McCray. McCray's got a little bit of a hole. He's going to break through. He's got all the way down to the 44-yard line, and a really good return by Charles McCray right there.
Yeah, a good return by McCray. That may get this offense a little bit of momentum and trying to get back into this game already down by 14.
Right.
And,
no, Livingston's still in there.
Livingston is still in there, so looks like we will not see Khalil Johnson at all tonight.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. They're going to move Finney and Mahood for the jet sweep. Then he's going to hand it off to Mahood, and Mahood's got a little bit of room, but he'll get shut down. Only a gain of about 1 by Finney and Mahood right there.
Yeah, it looked like Mahood had some room at first, but a good job by the Sharks defense getting into the backfield very quickly and shutting the run down before Mahood could really do much of anything.
They're going to say he got a gain of about 3 there, so it'll be actually 2nd and 7. 2nd and 8, 7.5. Shotgun set, Livingston on the left of Ethan Hamilton on the far side. Shotgun set, snap, hands it off to Livingston. Livingston's got a hole. He's going to break through and get a Tony McAfee State Farm, Carolina Forest, first down after a gain of about, we'll say about 9. And good run by Christopher Livingston.
Yeah, just found the hole, a gaping hole in the defense for St. James, and he was able to break it for the first down.
But this is how the first Carolina Forest drive looked. It looked really good, and then they got stuffed
and
at the 1.
Got stuffed, yeah.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. They're going to motion Ober from one side to the other. Snap, hands it off to Livingston. Livingston's going to find another hole, but this time it'll be stopped for a gain of only 5. I say only sarcastically. But another good run by Livingston.
But like you mentioned before, this was the way the first drive went, but then they got into the red zone and got stuffed.
Yeah.
So, that's you can get close, but if you're not scoring, then it doesn't really matter.
Right. It's another shotgun set. They're going to hand off to Livingston again, and Livingston's going to get another hole, but this time it'll be for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down after a gain of about 8 for Livingston. Again, running game has looked really good. Livingston, honestly, he's done really well outside of those 2 plays that he got from the 1.
I would have to imagine he's over 100 yards already.
No, he's not over 100.
Oh, not quite.
66.
Okay.
Another shotgun set. They're going to hand it off to Livingston again. This time he's going to get met at the line and pushed back for no gain. That's what we call the announcer's jinx.
Yes. That's my bad. That's on me.
Not quite over 100.
Not quite.
66% of the way there.
Yes.
Second quarter, 9:48 remaining. And again, Panthers down by 2 scores. Something they honestly haven't seen much of this year outside of probably the Somerville game. I think they were down 2 scores that game as well.
Yeah. Yeah, even in the games that they ended up losing, they lost at the very end.
Shotgun set. Hamilton's going to keep the read option and will get stuffed again at the line. This running game, the past two, again, announces jinx. As soon as we go through, they were stonewalled the next two drives.
I think the only game that they were down by 2 touchdowns was South Florence.
Maybe?
I think so.
I'd have to check.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look, but
Quavius drawn in the backfield. Shotgun set. They got 1 wide on the other side. Finney Mahood's on the slant route. He's going to get it, and he's going to get the Tony McAfee first down and a little bit more, and he's going to get a gain of 14. And we haven't seen a lot of that, but the passing game right there worked to perfection.
Yeah, great play action pass by Ethan Hamilton, and Finney Mahood was not fully wide open, but open enough on the slant route.
And he ran a really good slant route, and that's exactly what you want. Shotgun set again, 1 wide on either side. Again, Livingston in this time. Hands it off to Livingston, and Livingston's going to plow through for a gain of 5. And they said the ball was out. No sign by the ref.
Wow.
The refs are still conferring. They're going to say he was down by contact.
Okay. Yeah.
This guy who's doing PA is probably the most lively one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But Carolina Forest will retain possession after a gain of 5 by Livingston.
And
there's going to be a timeout by Carolina Forest.
Wow, and that's going to hurt the Panthers later, like as we get closer to the end of the first half, because that's already their second timeout called.
Oh,
so with 8 minutes left to go in the first half, Panthers score here. If they get a stop, they may only have 2 minutes or 2 and change to potentially tie the game up before the end of the half. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe they should have tried to get the ball to start off the second half, because now St. James would get the ball back again to
double up.
Yeah,
to double up on.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that my ideology in games you should win, you let them start with the ball. If you find yourself in the position the Panthers are, you can go out there and
Yeah.
probably try to retain some of the momentum. Now, to your point, St. James can just go out there and maybe double them up and end up with a 3-possession lead.
Exactly.
Ball on the 12.5-yard line. Somewhere in between. 13.5. I don't know. 13. You know numbers aren't my thing. Who let me do this? Oh, wait. You did. Shotgun set, one wide on either side with Livingston in the backfield. They're going to motion over to the fullback position. Snap, hand it off to Livingston. Livingston's going to get a hole and will be, it'll depend on the spot.
Just short,
Just short
it
of
looks
the
like.
look like. Yeah, about a 4-yard gain by Livingston.
This is now.
This is 4-down territory.
Well, okay, I was gonna say you would still go for it.
I would still go for it. I mean, again, this is a chance to use your playbook a little bit. Same formation as last play. Hands it off to Livingston again. Livingston's going to break through. Will get the Tony McAfee first down and will be held up at the 3-ish yard line, 2.5 yard line, and that's why. Because you have two chances with Livingston, which is why I don't know why you don't. Which, when you have first and goal from the 1, why you don't just run it with Livingston? Like, that was like if you watched the Bills-Bucks game last night, the Bills had the ball on the 1-yard line. You have the best rushing quarterback in the league, Josh Allen. Well, best power rushing quarterback in the league, in Josh Allen. Why don't you just run it with him? Or even Ethan, I guess they did run with Ethan Hamilton, but they did a speed option with Ethan Hamilton.
It looks like, is that Quavius drawn out there?
No, it's still
Livingston.
it's still
Okay,
Livingston.
I thought I saw a 6 instead of a 5.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. They're going to keep it with Ethan Hamilton, and Hamilton is going to dive into the end zone for a Carolina Forest touchdown.
He just did like a
somersault
into the end zone on that one. And that a little bit of momentum for the Panthers.
And again, we'll keep saying this the entire night.
Yeah.
But this game, in all actuality, doesn't matter. As the J.J. Chaddock field goal is pending. And they're lining up for it. St. James is going to bring a late guy on just to delay the inevitable. That's the announcer's jinx working there, though, by the way. Sorry, JJ. As the kick is up and straight through. And the Panthers cut the lead to 7, 14-7 with about 6:59 to go. And we will go to commercial and we'll be right back. We will be, hopefully the Panthers are going to stop this time here on the Carolina Forest Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we are back as both teams come back on. We've had one yet, but he's been better passing the football. I texted you earlier in the week. Do you remember because he had a passing touchdown last week to Thane?
Yeah.
Do you remember the last time he had a touchdown before that?
Was it West Brunswick?
It was not. It was Somerville.
Somerville, okay.
And same color scheme, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But, yeah, it had been quite a while since the last Ethan Hamilton passing touchdown. As they're going to go onside kick J.J. Chaddock. Why is that a false start?
Wow.
So they try to go with the quick onside kick, and it's gonna hurt them a little bit because I guess not everyone was set.
I guess not. They were trying to go quick, and
I don't know why that's because no one was moving forward because you can't move forward before the ball is kicked in high school. No one was moving forward besides J.J. Chaddock. I don't know. That's a
gutsy play call this early in the game.
Do it again.
I don't think they're going to do it again.
Or kick it right over their heads.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I would just do a regular onside kick and say whatever. As J.J. Chaddock is going to line up for looking like a more normal kickoff. As the kick is booted, and it'll be going towards the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A little bit of a rolling touchback instead of the normal J.J. Chaddock
Well, he was
landing.
kicking it from the 35.
Yeah.
So.
A little worried at the beginning that ball was going to roll out of bounds.
Out of
too.
bounds, yeah.
As St. James will take over at the 20. But there's also enough time for this defense. If they can get a quick stop, this offense can get the ball back.
But like I was saying before, now with only one timeout, you have to really hurry to get enough time on the clock to be able to do anything, especially with how reliant on the run this offense is.
Shotgun set. 3 wide on the near side, the left of Connor Schwalm, 1 on the far side. Isaiah Brown in the backfield. They're going to move Cooper Kelly to the backfield. They're going to run the triple option with Cooper Kelly and Schwalm, and he'll get the pitch out, but will get ushered out is Kelly to the 25-yard line for a gain of 5, and it looked like Jamari Davis kind of ushered him out of bounds instead of tackling him. Do you have an update on Conway Sumter? Are you finding it?
I'm trying to find updates for games. At the moment.
I know it's been really easy on us the past couple of weeks because we haven't had to worry about it.
Well, and also I'm also looking for other out of town scores that impact playoff potential
matchups. Keandre Hayes, and Hayes will have enough for the first down. As a prowl of Panthers was there, most notable Jonathan Principe was there to lead the tackle brigade, if you will. And I'm actually seeing some numbers that I haven't seen. There's a number 33 out there. Like, there's a whole bunch of numbers on the defense that maybe aren't making plays, but they're not the normal. All of them aren't the normal defensive starters. As a snap is taken, they're going to go QB power with Connor Schwalm. Schwalm's going to get to the outside and get a gain of about 2 on the outside. Number 99, Junior Jimenez, was on the tackle. And, again, Panthers with a good job of setting the edge right there, making sure Schwalm couldn't get to the turn the corner, if you will.
Number 33, according to the original roster, is Joseph Dial.
Yeah, but he's played, but how we called his name a lot. That's kind of what I mean is it's just you're seeing people that haven't really played and made a difference a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on the far side to Schwalm's right, a bunch set to the near side. Snap, going to run a jet sweep with Cooper Kelly, and he'll be tackled after a gain of about 2, setting up a 3rd and 6 from the 38-yard line with 5:30 to go in this half. It's going to be a big 3rd down, especially if this Panthers offense if they throw the ball, if they can force an incompletion and get St. James to punt, get that ball back to the offense, who has run some pretty quick drives so far this game. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Isaiah Brown back in the backfield with Schwalm. Snap. 3-step drop. Looking right, looking middle, scrambling around the pocket, finds nobody open. He's getting pressure. He's going to just chuck it deep. And Jamari Davis with the pick. Jamari Davis returning it. Got out the 35-yard line, reversing field. He's going to try to get some blockers in front of him. And he will be finally taken down at the 40-yard line. What an interception by Jamari Davis.
And you think this
and this game's getting chippy too.
Yeah, but especially the Panthers need to settle down. But you think this score is surprising?
Oh God! What are you gonna tell me?
13-7 Conway.
Oh
with
God!
11:49 to go in the second quarter.
Oh God! So there's a flag at the end of that play. I don't know. I didn't quite see what happened. I was trying to do stats.
And you want to know how they got the second touchdown?
How?
On a fake punt.
No. So we're talking about Mark Morris gutsy play calling, and they're gonna say this one's on the Panthers. That penalty at the end of the play is gonna be on Carolina Forest,
but the Panthers still do get the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, 13-7.
Wow. So this offense getting a little bit of a break from the defense, and again, so now St. James might not be able to double them up, and they might actually go into halftime tied against St. James. Livingston still in the game in the running back position. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Livingston to Ethan Hamilton's right. Ethan Hamilton's going to take a 3-step drop. He's going to look deep. He's got Finian Mahood on the sideline, and it is caught on the sideline. Finian Mahood with a beautiful toe tap to go from the 23 to the 47-yard line. There's a flag down, however, it looks like.
This may be coming back, but still, whether or not this is coming back,
that was a great
Ethan
throw.
Hamilton starting to throw the ball a lot better in this game as compared to how we've seen him in recent weeks. And we mentioned this last week too. I think after the Sumter game and the 3 interceptions, that basically had him say, hey, I need to get better at passing. And if he can do this in the playoffs.
It's on St. James, by the way.
Oh, wow.
On St. James for a 30-yard passing play. Holy cow.
But if Ethan Hamilton can become a full dual threat quarterback going into the playoffs,
I'll tell you
this
what,
offense could be
nasty.
Yeah.
That was a great pass to Finian Mahood, too. And Finian Mahood shouldn't be overshadowed. That was a great toe tap on the sideline. Shotgun set, they're going to run the read option with Ethan Hamilton. Hamilton's going to get a little to the outside, but this was going to be coming back on a flag. It's going to be holding, but for now, a gain of 2. This one's going to be coming back. Not the big play, just the 2-yard gain. Ref's actually conferring a little bit. I'm assuming this one's going to be holding, but I've been wrong before. Oh, it's on St. James.
Wow.
Wow.
Another penalty on St. James, and St. James shooting themselves in the foot that might help the Panthers move forward, because what's funny is I mentioned earlier only having 1 timeout left, but that interception combined with the big pass and now the penalties, the Panthers have plenty of time to tie this game up before the end of the half.
Still got 4:20 on the clock in this first half, and with how well this Panthers team is able to run off clock, I wouldn't be surprised if St. James even doesn't touch the ball again. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. Hands it off to Livingston. Livingston gets a little bit of a hole. We'll get to the second level, and we'll get a gain of about 5 on the first down carry. Christopher Livingston getting the Khalil Johnson treatment with 80 yards in the first half on 15 carries. Shotgun set. 1 on the far side, 2 on the near side to the right of Ethan Hamilton. Hamilton's going to throw a bubble screen out to Mahood. Mahood's going to get a little bit of space. He's got a blocker in front of him. He's got a block, and that'll be a gain of about 15. There's a flag down near where the pass was caught. This one I actually do think is coming back. It looked like Hayden Souls was holding the cornerback on the pass block. He was the one blocking in front of Finian Mahood.
Not that it really matters in terms of playoffs or anything like that, but Socastee is beating Wando 27-0.
That doesn't surprise me. Wando is not the greatest, as that penalty was on Carolina Forest, so that will move them back a little bit. Should be close to the original line of scrimmage because of where the penalty was spotted. Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the original line of scrimmage. So because it was a spot foul, the penalty is it's not the fully 10 yards. It's the 10 yards from where the foul was committed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that a lot of St. James fans seem to not like where that ball was spotted. 3:25 left to go on the clock. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side, along with Christopher Livingston in the backfield. Snap. He's going to run the read option with Livingston. Hamilton's going to keep it himself, but it will be shut down at the line of scrimmage for maybe a yard, but it looks like they're going to spot him at the same line of scrimmage at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, St. James had that read option read perfectly.
Yeah.
They shut down Livingston in the backfield and then shut down Hamilton as well.
Yeah, 32-yard line, excuse me. So they're bringing Charles McCray on the field, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because he plays on defense.
Yeah.
We've seen that a couple times too. They're going to go shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Snap, 3-step drop, looking left, looking deep. He's going to scramble. He's wide open. He's got a lot of room. Will be close. He's going to get the first down a little bit more, and he'll be taken down at the 18-yard line. But I'll tell you what, Ethan Hamilton looked great on that run right there.
What a run by Ethan Hamilton, and a good job by him just seeing that he doesn't have anywhere to go with the ball passing-wise and just taking it down and plowing forward himself.
Right. 1 read, 2 read, scramble. That's all you need. And that we saw that on the game-winning drive against Sumter. That's how we got the ball down the field. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. Livingston in the backfield still. Finney Mahoy going to go on the motion to the jet sweep. They're going to run the read option with Ethan Hamilton. Hamilton out to the middle of the field and will get brought down after a gain of about 6, bringing him to the 11-yard line with 1:52 to go in the half. Out of breath. No more.
This has been a great drive for Carolina Forest after the interception. You have to take advantage of turnovers like this.
Right. Yeah, the thing that this drive started at the CF 23 after a Jamari Davis interception, if you would have told me that at the end of the first half, or at the end of the first quarter, I would have said, yeah, St. J. or Carolina Forest has finally settled in this game, and I think that's what's happening right now. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. McCrae's going to actually move on the jet sweep, but will be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Will actually, they'll say he gained a yard on the handoff.
Just use some power to push that whole entire shiver of sharks forward.
There you go, shiver of sharks. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
Oh, no, you're good.
Couldn't quite get around the corner, though. So it'll be 3rd and about, they're going to say 5. Just under a minute to play. We got 50 seconds left on the clock. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. No one on the far side with Livingston in the backfield to Hamilton's right. Snap. No step drop. Looking to the end zone. He's going to get it. He's going to have some room to scramble. Still looking in the end zone. He's got a man dropped by Finney and Mahood in the end zone.
And now with 35.2.
There's a flag down, though. And that's about where Ethan Hamilton released the ball, too.
Perhaps a roughing the passer.
The refs have been really stingy tonight with dead ball fouls.
Yeah.
We said maybe St. James can take advantage of it. Maybe CF gets the benefit here. I'll tell you what, it was an incomplete pass.
Yep,
roughing the passer.
And that's a big break for the Panthers, as instead of it being 4th and 5, it's now going to be 1st and goal
from the 6. And now I know it doesn't matter, but that was a really good ball. Like Ethan Hamilton throwing on the run to Finney Mahood, it hit Mahood in the chest. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side, on the near side. Hands off to Livingston. Livingston's going to break through the hole, but will get stopped at the 2-yard line with 30 seconds to go. You only got 1 timeout if you're Carolina Forest.
But I mean, they're at the 1-yard line or the 2-yard line. So,
but you still got to go.
Yeah,
you still got to go.
You still have to start going.
Shotgun set. They're going to move Livingston to the far side of Hamilton. Hamilton's going to keep it himself on the read option, and Hamilton will walk into the end zone for the touchdown. What a drive by this Carolina Forest offense.
And what a turn of momentum with 13.3 seconds left to go in the half. The Panthers presumably tie the game and have all the momentum now going into the halftime locker room.
As J.J. Tack's going to line up for this extra point. And it is up and good. And presumably going into halftime with only 13 seconds left.
Yeah.
You would have to assume that this game goes into halftime tied. And I'll tell you what, it's been a tale of 2 quarters for this team.
It really has. I mean, the Panthers looked like they might have some issues as we were getting out of the first quarter. And now going into the half, it looks like the Panthers have complete control of this game, even though it's only tied.
It has felt like this, and I said it. This Panthers team looks like they finally settled into the game, and not that again. In all actuality, does it really matter? No. But it is still, and I don't believe in moral victories, but it feels better when you beat an opponent you're supposed to beat
and go undefeated in region play.
Right.
And go into the playoffs with a 6-game winning streak.
Right. 6 game?
Yes.
6 game. I don't think we've had a streak that long since I've been here.
No.
No.
Well, last year we.
Oh,
no, never mind.
No, because Sumter lost.
Sumter lost. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
So even with so even with the playoff.
Yeah. And a quick update for one of the games out of the region, but relevant for later on in the playoffs. 7-6.
Somerville.
7-6. Fort Dorchester leading Somerville.
As J.J. Chaddock will just pooch kick it towards the sideline, and it'll go out of bounds. Barely. It rolled back into the field of play. I didn't. It looks close. Yeah, they're gonna say it rolled out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So that St. James will get the ball at the 35.
But
not
I mean,
the 40 like we normally.
With 13.3 seconds left to go, are they really gonna even try doing anything?
Another Connor Schwambaum.
Maybe.
Schwambaum.
The Schwambaum?
Schwambaum. Blah, blah, blah. And again, another relatively quick-moving first half too.
Yeah.
Not
well,
quite
it's because of the running game of Carolina Forest.
right.
Not quite as quick as as 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, you know. Shoot, the 10 minutes of game time was the same as the 10 minutes of actual time.
Yeah.
They're going to set up, it looks like in victory formation, but it'll be just taking the knee to end the half. And Schwam will take a knee. And
Almost lost it there for a second.
No, didn't lose it. A Panther flew into the backfield.
Oh, okay.
That was a black helmet, not a brown football. As that should end the half, and it will.
It will.
So going into halftime, Carolina Forest 14, St. James 14. We will have stats and analysis for you at the halftime, but until then, we will have a commercial break.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical conditions are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com, or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
And we are back for the Carolina Forest football halftime show, and I want you to guess how many yards Ethan Hamilton has on what efficient. So he's okay. I'll tell you he's thrown 6 passes.
Okay.
How many yards does he have, and what's his completion percent? So out of 6, how many has he completed?
I'm going to say he's 3 of 6.
Okay.
For 80 yards?
He's 5 of 6 for 49 yards.
Okay.
So a couple of those were the pitch jet sweeps that,
okay,
count as.
okay.
So 2 of those were the pitches, but he had the 30-yard bomb.
Okay, it was only a 30-yard pass.
It was only a 30-yard pass. It was from the,
I thought it was a little further than that. That's why I gave him a few more yards, I thought.
Anyway, but so that should tell you, like, it has been a really good passing half relative to what he's been doing.
Usually done.
But more than just the stats, the feel, the eye test has done a lot, has been in Ethan Hamilton's favor.
Because even that one incompletion he had to Finney Mahood was right at him.
Right. Christopher Livingston has been the main ball carrier. He's got 16 carries for 84 yards. So pretty efficient relative to, I mean, I guess we're comparing him to Khalil Johnson.
Yeah.
He's probably been one of the most efficient runners in South Carolina football, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And then Ethan Hamilton has probably been the best rushing threat we've had, because he might not be as efficient, but the two big carries for Ethan Hamilton were the 14 and 6-yard gains, both for first downs, and also the fact that they were scrambles off a pass.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got 10 carries for 55 yards, but the 2 touchdowns as well.
Yeah.
And so Ethan Hamilton seems to be calling his number a lot in the running game.
Well, I think a lot of that has been, like we talked about, I think it was last week, that now because of his issues with going through multiple reads, it's been 1-2 run.
Or just one and run.
Yeah.
And that's been whatever. Finney Mahood has 4 of those 5 Ethan Hamilton completions for 48 yards, and it's most of them are off that big 30-yard catch.
Yeah.
And then McCray has the one where he came off the jet sweep. He got the 1 yard. So again, if you have Charles McCray in your high school PPR, your dynasty PPR league, that's where you're at. On the defensive side, again, defense hasn't really been on the field that much. They had the one drive where they had to sustain drive, and then they had the 1 yard run that no one had a tackle on because it was 1 yard and it was a 1 yard touchdown run.
And then had the interception on the second or third play of the drive. Yeah.
So Jamari Davis leads the team in tackles with 3, but also he has the INT. So honestly, really good day for Jamari Davis so far. And then Jonathan Principe came off the edge on the sack earlier, and he's got 2 tackles as well. So Jamari Davis with 3 and Jonathan Principe with 2. This also includes I'm sure there's a bunch of team tackles that just happened, and I'm only counting one person for it. That's why my stats are a little bit different than the high schools.
Yeah.
But that's the high school, I think, artificially inflates some numbers just to
Probably.
make their players look better. I just want to ask you something.
Okay.
So even with how inefficient the past 2 weeks have been for Khalil Johnson running the ball, I get he's had good numbers, but it's been relatively inefficient. I want you to guess what his yards per carry is.
8.5?
7.8.
Okay.
So, great. But it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then one thing that I was kind of interested to see, what is Ethan Hamilton's yards per game so far?
In terms of running?
In terms of running, yeah. I didn't do all purpose.
40 or 50?
You're way off.
Low? Higher? 100?
95.2.
Okay.
Which
Wow.
is our secondary ball carrier is at almost 100 yards rushing per game. It's slightly ridiculous.
Well, I would even say maybe tertiary ball carrier because also Christopher Livingston. And also
Jaren Fox.
Jaren Fox.
So I also heard Jaren Fox is not going to play in this game as well.
I've noticed that as well.
He's not going to be in the game. I think was dealing with nothing serious, but an injury of some sort.
And they're just trying to keep him out to make sure that their 2 primary backs are in tip-top shape for the playoffs. Which, speaking of the playoffs, I've got an update for you.
Do you? Is it our region update?
No.
Okay.
Somerville went 86 yards on 10 plays to take the lead over Fort Dorchester 13-7 with 3:05 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah. So because Mason Garcia went to ECU, or is going to ECU, you followed a lot of the ECU stuff.
Yeah.
It's been bad. The comments are turning on him, turning on him
I
fast.
know.
They're talking about how good this team would be if they had a decent quarterback. It's bad.
Yeah, it's been rough, and he was even benched a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, unfortunately, it hasn't been very good for.
Well, that's what happens
Mason
when you
Garcia.
sit out for
3
years, and you don't get a whole lot of game experience. I mean, we've been blessed with how well Ethan Hamilton's played, because assume the natural progression into his senior year.
Yeah, of course.
Mason Garcia hasn't seen the field at all until this year.
Yeah.
And then his first game was against the cheating Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah.
And I say that jokingly. If any Michigan fans are listening, don't hurt me. But it seems as though he was kind of thrown to the fire with no help, if you will.
I mean, last week he did
Better.
decent. Not really, but he threw for 19 yards on 4 of 14 passing, rushed for 12 yards on 5 carries. And David Leggett rushed for 9 yards on 4 carries while catching 4 passes for 39 yards.
Yeah.
So, some Panthers doing some stuff. St. James has 2 players at the next level, both from over the last couple of years. Justice Williams at Presbyterian, Braylon Sapp at Wofford. So what do the Panthers need to do in this game They just need to play what
repeat the second quarter.
Repeat the second quarter.
Literally just repeat the second. And okay, I would like to point out. So whenever they were down at the 1 yard line, and you said you had something to say.
Yeah.
I know what it was, and I'm going to blame you for it.
Yeah, I know.
You
I know.
Okay.
I know. This is my fault. That's all on me.
So
that was a mega broadcaster's jinx.
Brandon did the famous broadcaster's jinx without actually saying it. So he said he had something to say at the end of that first drive. What he was going to say was biggest blowouts.
Yeah, because
of how
five of the let me get it because I was gonna say it.
5 of the 12.
Yeah.
5 of the 12 highest have been against St. James.
Yeah.
So he was going to say highest blowouts, and then we go ahead and get stuffed at the 1 and then give up 14 unanswered points. Yeah. I would like to blame that on Brandon Biscuit.
Yes, go ahead. That's on me.
So honestly, I could name a lot of minute things that maybe like the defensive line probably needs to get a better push off the line.
Yeah.
But honestly, the second quarter was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
It literally was. Like, you immediately got those 14 points back. It just didn't go your way in the first quarter. Like, a bad snap happens. The defense really only gives up 1 touchdown drive. Like, it is what it is. I wouldn't personally do anything different. I think Livingston's been running the ball really well. Which, by the way, he's only a junior, I believe.
Livingston?
Yeah, I think Livingston. Yeah, Livingston's only a junior.
He's only a junior, yeah.
And Jaron Fox is only a sophomore.
Well, that seems to be the trend when over the last couple of years, at least, for Carolina Forest.
A senior running back and a junior running back combined, and then a sophomore coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and heck, Zion Gilbert kind of threw a wrench in that.
Because, remember 2 years ago, Khalil Johnson came out of nowhere as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And was the secondary back behind Luke Janak.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So,
I guess I think it was because Zion Gilbert was more of the same type of runner as Janak.
True.
And so he didn't get to play as much. It seemed as though the 1-2 punch of Khalil Johnson and Zion Gilbert was probably going to be unstoppable this year.
Oh, it would have been if Zion Gilbert had stayed.
Like, you got to think, it's like Christopher Livingston, but on roids.
Yeah.
Not actually on roids.
Yeah,
but
I get what
you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, and I'm not trying to, like, ride Zion Gilbert. He's just a good player.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to overinflate his
But that fire and ice combination that you had last season.
But in all actuality, we're talking about how much better they could be. Livingston's still averaging 6.31 yards per carry. Like, that's the worst part about it.
And Livingston still has what, 6 or 7 touchdowns?
6 touchdowns. Yeah.
6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns.
And what? At least 3 or 4 of those were on just 1 yard goal line.
Oh yeah, just
run.
Yeah. Now, the only bad part you could say about Livingston is the fact that he fumbled on the 1 yard line against Somerville. That kind of cost him the game.
Yes.
But that's literally one play.
Yeah, that's one play.
I take it back. He was already he's
hey,
averaging 5.
Could you imagine if they get to the lower state semis against
and
Somerville and Livingston wins them the game or something like that? Give him something to redeem himself from that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was such a fluke play too, because he's sitting there and he's trying to gain extra yardage and he just sticks the ball to the end to the goal line and it gets punched out as he's stretching it. It's just it was a really rough play, and I'm sure he still is thinking about it to this day.
Looking ahead to next week, as they are doing senior night here at St. James, so an extended halftime show this evening. Looking ahead to next week, like we said, lower state at large coming to Carolina Forest next week, depending upon what happens with this game and some other games around the state. Probably will be St. James, but we'll have to wait and see on that over the week. We'll be sure to post who we're playing as soon as we know. The winner of Ashley Ridge and Stall, I believe, will be facing off against the winner of Sumter and Conway next week.
Gotcha.
At either Sumter or Conway, whoever wins that game.
Here, I'm gonna actually, while you're reading through the scenarios, I'm gonna see if I can
see if you can find some, because it was
13 here. Actually, I wonder if Max Preps maybe is being updated.
Region 5, number 3, whoever that will be between Conway, Socastee, and St. James, will face off against the loser of Fort Dorchester at Somerville tonight. They will be the number 2 seed in Region 7. And then Region 5, number 4, whoever that will face off against either Cane Bay, Stratford, or Berkeley, depending upon how those games.
I'm checking Sumter. Hold up. It says it's live on Max Preps, which I wonder if that means anything.
You'd have to imagine that
That's a good sign.
it is on, probably.
It's loading. It's not being updated.
I do have an update on Somerville versus Fort Dorchester.
21-7.
21-7 with 38 seconds left to go in the half. Somerville in the lead.
Yeah, so the only game that's being updated is our game, and that's because the guy who was updating us on the St. James Sumter game last week is updating our game this week. So
yeah,
that's tough. Actually, that might be live right now.
What?
Oh no, it's not. Okay. I thought there was a video playing, and I was wondering if that was live from right now, but it's not.
I did find a score for the Conway game earlier, but
Do you remember the account?
Here we. Nope. That's.
Dang it!
Oh, I found it 4 minutes ago. Conway kicked a field goal with 43 seconds left to go in the half, and Conway leads it 16-14.
Conway leads at 16-14?
Yes.
Jeez. Wow. That's ridiculous.
So that may be.
And that's at halftime?
It's about to be at halftime. 43 seconds left to go in the half.
That has to be just because Sumter's defense looked really good. That has to be a Trayvon Washington just absolutely killing that. Because we held Washington in check in the game that we played against them. That has to be a Trayvon Washington just finding every hole that he could possibly find.
Yeah.
That's going to be the shock of the entire.
Yeah, even more than us beating Sumter. Conway, who right now is 1-2, they've only had one win this entire season, and that was the win over Saukesty.
So one thing that I want to mention, it doesn't really have to do anything with the actual games.
Yeah.
But why aren't the rivalry games there
the last week? Yeah, I agree.
Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach played last week.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the Battle of 707
and the Battle of 501.
Why don't they both happen the last week and have
I guess because they're more recent and thus they don't have the same sort of history and all of
and
that.
Like power and shifting of the
I agree though. I agree.
I would rather have instead of two random opponents who cares Conway Sumter? At least Carolina Forest's Conway is at least distance-wise a rivalry.
Yeah.
St. James Saukesty is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
I agree.
I don't know.
No, I completely agree with you.
And just an update on that Myrtle Beach, which is why I saw the update for it, which is what made me think of it.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach is winning 21-14 over the Chiefs.
That doesn't surprise me all that much. North Myrtle Beach definitely having a down year this year.
No. South Florence is beating West Florence.
That's also not surprising.
8-0.
Yeah, that also doesn't surprise me. So, looking ahead to next week, playoffs. I mean, again, especially whoever they're playing against, I think Carolina Forest should be able to win next week pretty easily.
Yeah.
But moving forward, then, the fact that they have home field advantage all the way up until the lower state finals is going to be huge.
Yeah. Especially because they kind of lucked out on how the bracket plays out because we lost to Somerville earlier in the year.
Exactly.
But instead, we get the home field because of how the bracket works out because we're the number 1 seed in the region.
Yeah.
We definitely got lucky on that one. But
oh, yeah.
it will be – if we can get to that point,
Which, I mean, I think it's pretty simple to get to that point. Because next week against the Lower State at large,
Yeah.
you would think that they should be able to lose.
Especially if it's the same St. James team.
Even against Region 6 number 2.
Which is the higher of the two, right?
Yeah.
But that Region 6 is the weak region, right?
Yes, it is. That would probably be either Cane Bay or Stratford.
Stratford we've
already beaten, and Cane Bay should be a pretty easy win as well. So, yeah. I mean, the path to
a Somerville
rematch, unless Fort Dorchester beats them tonight, and then it would be against Fort Dorchester. But either way, at home no less.
Right.
This could be the year.
It very well could be, as the 3-minute the secondary clock has started. So
yes,
you asked me what they should do, and I said nothing because I am a stickler for how things should work. But what would you change anything of how they've done?
No.
Sumter 22, Conway 16 at halftime.
Wow, so Sumter managed to score with only a
that was from Brandon Dunn 2 minutes ago, so I don't know where he's getting his sources from. But according to Brandon Dunn, 22-16 at half.
Which I would trust.
Yeah. Mike Dunn's a good guy.
Yeah.
Brandon Dunn, not Mike Dunn. Why did I say? I know. You don't know what it was?
What?
I was reading Mike Duprez, who retweeted us, or who added us, and it combined.
Again, not really surprising, but Socastee dominating Wando 41-7.
Yeah, no, not surprising at all. Which, that should tell you how bad that region is.
Yeah.
That region is not good.
But then again, I think Wando is at the bottom of that region. Yeah, they are. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's weird because this game, while in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter, I definitely want to see the Panthers win this game for a number of reasons. For one, to keep the what will become, if they win this game, a 10-game winning streak over St. James. For two, to finish off the region sweep.
Right.
And the away sweep, and keep their 6-game winning streak.
Yeah.
So, well,
which we determined was the longest since I was been here.
Yes.
Which would be fun, honestly. Actually, wait. So we won 2 games in playoffs last year.
Yes.
Right. So that would be 2. Yeah, that'd be 4. So, there's a thing.
Yes.
1, 2. Yeah, 5. Okay, so we're actually already at the longest winning streak of my broadcasting career. Did you see Jaden Sellers committed to the Gamecocks from South Florence?
No, I did not see that.
He officially committed.
Okay, he
to
officially
South Carolina,
committed. Okay.
Which, I mean, your brother's there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right.
That he would make that commitment.
Somerville is now up 13-7 on Fort D. I don't know if did you.
Yeah, I think I saw that already, but still, yeah. I mean, I think Somerville should be able to win that game pretty easily. And yeah, this would be the longest win streak for the Panthers since the Mason Garcia year of 2019, where they won 9 straight up until the lower state finals when they lost to Dutch Fork.
Which, buzzsaw.
Yeah, I mean, Dutch Fork didn't lose a state championship in 5A from its inception up until 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is.
Slightly. And by slightly, you mean, just absolutely. This game just feels so meaningless.
It does.
It's not that I don't think any of it matters, but it's just meaningless in terms of what's gonna, who really cares?
Yeah. I mean, St. James does have something to play for because it's for them it's the difference between a 3 seed and
playing
at large bid,
playing us
yeah,
back at our place.
yeah.
As both teams are going to take the field again as the halftime is over. So it's tied 14-14 right now. What do you think the final score is going to do? We'll make it a little bit easier on you this week because we're bad at it.
I'll say 35-21.
I'm assuming Carolina Forest
Yes.
20. Honestly, that sounds like a really good score, and I'm not going to copy you. So I'll go 42-21. I say Carolina Forest adds another
Scored
touchdown.
one extra touchdown. I can see that.
But that would be 4 touchdowns in the half, and that's
a lot.
That's a lot. That's
3,
a lot.
I think, is a little more manageable.
Although, heck, if Carolina Forest doesn't stink the first quarter, maybe they do score 4 touchdowns in that half.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, shoot, they were lined up for 1.
Yeah.
And just got stopped at the 1. As both teams are going to take the field. J.J. Chaddock going to back up to kick this ball away. And it is up and away as the second half will be started as it'll be a touchback into the end zone.
Launched it into the end zone.
Launched it in the end zone with his cannon that he has on his leg. I didn't even think to mention this, but with how many injuries we had, it was kind of, and with the resting players and stuff like that. He hasn't been on defense a lot, but Ronnie Walker is suited up and playing. He was on special teams just that play, so probably a gradual return to performance for Ronnie Walker. So St. James will set up at the 20-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side with Isaiah Brown in the backfield with Schwalm. No step drop, looking right on a quick duck, just a dump off to, I believe, that's Cooper Kelly on the reception, and the tackle by number 21, Jonathan Rivas on the tackle.
Yeah, just a quick little cut route right there, and Rivas was right on top of it, ready to stop that pass.
Dig route is the word I was looking for.
Dig route, yes.
Dig route. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. The big play man, Cooper Kelly, in the slot on Connor Schwalm's left. He's going to actually motion Kelly into the backfield, and they're going to hand it off to Brown, and Brown will get taken down right at the 25-yard line. Isaiah Brown on the 25, and the tackle was made by number 45, it looked like, Braylon Fernandez on the tackle. And again, 3rd and intermediate to 3rd and long is where this Carolina Forest defense has really thrived. Schwalm in the shotgun set with Brown in the I form this time. 2 on either side, 2 wide receivers on either side. They're going to move Kelly into the backfield again. They're going to hand it off to Brown again, and Brown's going to get to the outside. He's got a blocker in front of him. He's down to the 40, the 45, and will get pushed out at the 47-yard line by Jordan Sandiford. And that's a big play by this St. James offense.
Yeah, it just found the hole and was able to make a big gain, and that's not what you want to see as the Panthers going into the second half.
And St. James going to slow it down a little bit. He did get out of bounds, so the clock will stop until the next snap instead of just the first down where it stopped momentarily. Schwalm going to set the offense with Cooper Kelly to his left by himself on the left side of Schwalm on the near side. 3 wide on the far side. They're going to move Kelly into the jet sweep motion. They're going to go read optioning. Schwalm's going to keep himself. He's going to bowl over a couple of Panthers, but will be taken down by Braylon Fernandez. St. James looking for flag as Schwalm comes up giddy. They're going to mark him down at the 41-yard line.
And not that we want to see any injuries or anything like that, but when talking to the Max Preps guy for St. James, he mentioned that there is no backup for Connor Schwalm.
Yeah, it'll be Wildcat. And if I had to guess based on utilization, I'd say Cooper Kelly's probably the backup QB or Wildcat QB. As shotgun set or I-form set with 2 wide on either side, they're going to run the speed or triple option, with Cooper Kelly on the outside. Pitches it to Cooper Kelly's going to keep himself off the pitch, and he'll get the first down after a gain of about 8.
That possibility reminds me of Carolina Forest a couple of years ago when Luke Janak was technically the backup quarterback.
Right. Thought Kelly was going to pitch it back out. It looked like he had a third wide receiver on that outside blocking for him, and I got confused, Brandon. I got confused. Ball on the 41-yard line in Carolina Forest territory. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side, along with Isaiah Brown to the left of Schwam. Snap. Hands it off to Brown. Brown's going to get met in the backfield by Tyreek Livingston, and Livingston and Junior Jimenez come in for the tackle for loss. What a play by Junior Jimenez and Livingston, both on that play.
Defense just has to bend but don't break again.
By number 49 on the tackle, that will be oh, it was 19, not 49. I'm lost. Carson Quant was on the tackle. I was like, 49, what? No, Carson Quant on the tackle. That was a really good wrap-up, and that's going to be another tackle for loss, setting up 3rd and 12 from the 42-yard line. Schwam in 5 wide in the shotguns. 3 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Snap. Schwam looking left. He's looking deep. He's got Jordan Sandiford and Kelly one-on-one, and it is incomplete in the end zone. Great defense by Jordan Sandiford in the end zone. That was beautiful shadowing, and they're going to teach that in this next week of practice going into playoffs. That's how they're going to teach defense on the deep ball. You ride the wide receiver's hip, and you don't let him get any separation. That was really good defense by Jordan Sandiford. I don't know if I've said that before. Might have said that a time or two.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It was a great play.
Oh, yes, it was, absolutely.
We've been very adamant that this defense is really, really good.
It's crazy how much this defense has improved from
Oh, my gosh. Last year, it was a night and day.
And the fact that this team was still able to get to the lower state semifinals
with that defense. As Hunter Rodriguez is going to punt it, and it'll roll, but it's a beautiful coffin corner kick. Maybe not quite coffin corner, but it'll be marked
close
down.
Enough.
Yeah, marked down at the 7-yard line. So not quite inside the 5, but great punt by Hector Rodriguez. A little reminiscent of some Ethan Hamilton punts we've seen this year.
Yeah. You'd like it a little closer, but still, especially for high school.
Oh, especially for high school.
Very good coffin corner kick.
They're actually going to mark that at the 8-yard line, it looks like. So this Carolina Forest Panthers offense, after the defense forces a stop on the St. James Sharks offense, lining up shotgun set with 1 on either side right now. Livingston still in the backfield as a primary ball carrier. He's going to motion to Ethan Hamilton's right on the near side. Snap. Gives the handoff to Livingston. Livingston's got a hole. He's up to the 2nd level. He's got the 3rd level. He's got a 1 man to beat. He's got blockers in front of him. Out to the 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. He's got blockers 20, 15, 10, down to the 5, down to the 1. Touchdown, Livingston. Oh, my goodness. Talk about reversing field. 93 yards, Livingston. Touchdown.
What a run by...
Oh, my God.
What a run by Livingston. Just found the hole, and he was able – it was a foot race at the end.
Oh, my
goodness.
Beating
his defender into the end zone for a touchdown. And talk about momentum shift.
Hey, I always thought that I wasn't going to be able to call a big play-by-play.
There you go.
There I go. As the J.J. Chaddock PAT is up and good. And that will get Carolina Forest a quick touchdown. And what did I say? 4 touchdowns. It's happening, baby.
Yep.
And we will go into half after an electric Christopher Livingston touchdown.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
After an electric run by Christopher Livingston, I was so hyped I thought we were going back to halftime. We are not. We are still in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah,
with 8:07 to go.
We're past the half.
Look, man, I don't get to do that often.
I understand.
usually the first thing I do is put it in my score sheet, my stat sheet. I haven't even done that yet. As J.J. Chaddock's going to bring the kicking team back out on the field. What a run by Christopher Livingston.
And those are the types of dynamic runs that this Panther team relies on.
As J.J. Chaddock is going to kick it deep again and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So St. James is going to start back at their 20-yard line. And we talked about how good of a kick that was. But, oh, my goodness, that run by Livingston. That is going to be something
that's the type of run, momentum shift, that coffin corner punt. Hey, St. James was probably happy with that, saying, hey, we got him pinned deep, pin our ears back, and maybe get a safety. Nope, Christopher Livingston says, no, you will not pin us deep. I'm going to take this all the way back on the first play.
Yeah, Christopher Livingston got 177 yards rushing now, so that's something to look for. Maybe a game ball for two separate Carolina Force running backs going out. Connor Schwam.
And you'd have to imagine he's going to hit 200.
Yeah, Schwam in the shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Tip pass almost intercepted. It looked like number 33 was on Joseph Dial was on that slot, and he tipped that ball, and it almost landed in the hands of Xavion Wins.
Could you just imagine if right after that giant run, a pick six?
Oh my gracious, my voice is already not going to recover. It's going to be really bad if that happened. All right, we'll breathe a little bit. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side with Isaiah Brown back in the halfback position. Going to go triple option. He's going to get Cooper Kelly on the outside. Kelly's got a little bit of room, and he'll break it down to the 34-yard line after a good gain by Kelly. Jamari Davis on the tackle. God, my voice is shot. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Eventually it'll all be okay.
Gotta get used to this.
Right? I'm telling you, you should just let me do both the St. James games. I think that should be a thing. If that's how it works, then I think that should be a thing. But I can lobby all I want. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side, nobody on the far side actually. Gonna hand it off to Brown to that far side, to that right side, and he's gonna reverse field. Brown's got some blockers out in front of him on the near side. He's got some blockers. He's got a lane. Jamari Davis trying to bring him down. He can't, and he'll finally get cut down at the 35-yard line. 34-yard line.
Great job right there by Brown cutting back. Looked like he was completely stuffed on the far side, and instead looked like he was taken down on the far side, but he was able to cut back and get a huge gain off of that run.
And they're going to go 5 wide again. Connor Schwalm by himself in the shotgun. They're going to motion Kelly on a jet sweep, and he's going to get the ball. He's got some blockers out in front of him. He's going to get a little bit of a hole, and he'll get a gain of about 9. There's a flag down at the 33-yard line in the area of holding. Junior Jimenez and Jamari Davis in on the tackle if this play stands, but this is in the area of holding. Although we've been wrong before.
Yes, we have been, but I have a feeling that this one's coming back.
Yeah, the poor PA system people, they were looking at Junior Jimenez's name, and his legal name is Errol.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Junior I think is a lot cooler.
Yeah.
But he goes by Junior, and so those poor people were like, how do you pronounce that name? That's why I went off air. Yeah, it'll be a holding on St. James, so that'll push him back to the 42-yard line and set up a first and about 18, if I can do math.
Now perfect opportunity for the Panthers defense just to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. Go after Schwalm.
Shotgun set. They're going to motion a wide receiver into the slot. They're going to hand it off to Brown. Brown's going to get popped at the line of scrimmage, but they're going to say he got a yard, but really good job by that interior defense.
The refs let that play out a little longer than I expected. He was stood up, but not technically taken down for a good couple of seconds before they blew the whistle.
Yeah, you got to think forward progress stops eventually.
Yeah.
He got stood straight up.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to say he gained about a half a yard, not anything, maybe right at a yard.
Nothing major. Still second in forever.
Yeah. So he's 2nd and 16 now. And this St. James team is still in the huddle with 9 seconds to go on the play clock. They got to kind of
hurry up. 5 seconds left.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. Brown.
They
They're
just
going to
barely
rotate
get
Schwalm to the near side. They're going to have pressure coming at him, and he's going to just get the ball off. Number 20, Riker Roberts, was coming in off the edge, and that was heat that he brought.
Well, I was gonna say something, but then I was like, wait a second. He's outside of the pocket,
yeah.
so
Not intentional grounding.
Yeah.
Although, if it doesn't make the line of scrimmage, is that?
Yeah, if it doesn't make the line of scrimmage, so that's what I was thinking. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that there was not a flag
Mark-
because I did not think he got past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Mark Morris is talking to the ref right now. I wonder if that's what he's.
That's probably what he's saying.
What
as
he's
well.
pleading. Yeah, but Jonathan Principe and Riker Roberts both
Yeah.
in on that pressure. That was good by the Carolina Force defense. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side with Brown to Schwalm's left on the near side. Snap. Schwalm, 5-step drop, looking deep. He's going to have room to scramble if he wants to. He does. He's got a lot of room to make up. He's going to break 1 tackle, break a couple, and get a big hit. And it'll depend on the spot. They're going to throw a flag on that. Late flag comes in. I'm assuming that's going to be on the hit, but he's going to be marked short for now.
Yeah, he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down.
And I think that's a bad flag, too, though. That looked like a clean hit to me. That was his shoulder.
Yeah.
And what the worst part about it is the ref who, on the very far side of the field, who had basically no angle on it, is throwing that flag, too.
And they're going to call targeting. Oh, face mask. Okay.
Which, I don't think. I think it was targeting. I think.
Yeah. But that's a big
huge.
blow for
Yeah.
the Panthers because instead of it being 4th and a couple,
Yeah.
where St. James was probably still going to go for it, but now it's a first down and they're in the red zone.
Right. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Schwalm in the shotgun with 2 wide on either side and Brown to his left. They're going to motion Kelly into the backfield and run with Brown up the middle for a gain of about 3. Tyreek Livingston kind of just ate a whole bunch of blocks in that middle and kind of clogged the lane a little bit. 2nd and about 6 for this St. James offense.
Kind of surprising that, I guess it's something that St. James does. They do a lot of huddles.
Right.
They're very slow and methodical in terms of their play.
Schwalm's going to hand it off to Brown, and Brown's going to get absolutely swallowed up by Junior Jimenez. And that's going to be a minimal gain to set up 4th and about 5. Or 3rd and about 5, excuse me. I can't count to 4. He goes by Junior, guys. It's not that hard.
No.
What was the point of asking if you're just going to call him Errol anyway? I don't know. My gripe with the PA announcers. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side.
Looks like they're running pistol.
Pistol.
Yeah.
They're going to go speed option with Schwalm and Kelly, but Kelly's going to get wrapped up. What a play by 2 Carolina Force Panthers. Number 45, Brown Fernandez, and number 19, Carson Quant on the tackle. What a play by those 2.
And that sets up a big 4th down right here. And you'd have to imagine, well, I don't know.
I would go for it. You just watched the Carolina Force offense run a 93-yard, 1-play touchdown drive.
Yeah, the Panther offense is definitely getting their legs underneath them. So, yeah, you're probably right. They need to go for it here.
4th and about 6.
They are going to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. This time they are in the shotgun set with 2 wide on either side. Brown to his left. Schwalm looking deep. He's got pressure immediately, and he will be taken down. And it is none other than Tyreek Livingston coming out from the D tackle spot. How often do you see that?
And he completely blew up Hayes Cochran at the center position. He was in the backfield within 1 second of that snap.
Tyreek Livingston, and I know your thing is comparing these players to great NFL players, i.e. Ethan Hamilton and Patrick Mahomes. But was that, dare I say, a little Aaron Donald-esque?
Yeah, I would say so. Or maybe a little Ndamukong Suh.
No, he's not dirty. He
true.
doesn't stamp.
Okay,
he doesn't stomp on Aaron Rodgers' hand.
Yeah, fair enough.
Come on.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, 1st and 10 from the Carolina Force 21. 3 wide on the near side. He's going to roll that way. He's going to find number 17. They're going to say he caught it too. What a catch by number 17. It looked like
Jordan
Holyfield. What a catch. And it must have been his knee too, because it was pretty dang close to being out of bounds. That's going to be 2nd and 9. Not enough for a Tony McAfee first down. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Snap. Hands it off to Livingston. Livingston will get the first down and a little bit more. We'll call it a gain of about 3, but it'll be enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Force first down. Now I got to find – I do have to make another thing for Jordan Holyfield.
Yep.
We've had so many pass catchers this year, but like
and so many rushers.
Right.
Just this offense, they can basically plug anyone in and they're productive.
Right. Shotgun.
I mean, we've even seen Charles McCray come in
for a catch. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Livingston on the left side of Ethan Hamilton as well. It's going to be a play-action screen pass to Finney Mahood. Finney Mahood's got some room, and he'll get dragged down at about the 43-yard line, but it looks like a clear face mask on the end of that play, and there was a couple flags that came in too.
But you'd have to presume it's still going to be a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Force first down.
I was going to do it after the flag was called to make sure that I hope it's holding now. That way you're wrong, and I get to make fun of you.
Fine.
No, it'll be a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Force first down after a face mask on St. James.
And that's going to push the Panthers even further into St. James territory.
Hey, all I'm saying is you got to get 2 touchdowns a quarter for my prediction to be right. Although I also need St. James to score a touchdown, so that might be the issue.
Yeah. Panthers scoring isn't the issue right now.
It'll be St. James scoring.
Yeah. But we don't want that.
We don't want that. 1st and 10 from the Carolina Force, or from the St. James 29, excuse me. Ethan Hamilton going into the shotgun set with 1 on the far side along with Livingston to his left, with 2 on the near side. Snap. They're going to hand it off to Livingston. Livingston's going to get a little bit of room, and he's going to get to the outside, and we'll get a gain of about.
It looked like he didn't have anywhere to go on the inside, and just realized it and was able to bounce it around the corner and get a couple of positive yards.
And now Quavius Drawn's going to come into the game, and that's a name we haven't called a whole lot this season.
Outside of the end of last week's game.
Right. Where he didn't even have a carry in last week's game. He was just the action man. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They're actually going to hand it off to Drawn this time, and Drawn's going to get to the outside, and he will have enough for a Tony McAfee first down, and it'll be a gain of about 7 for the first down. Man, Quavius Drawn's averaging 7 yards a carry.
On what, 3 carries?
1 carry.
Oh, in this game. Okay.
Right.
I thought you were talking about it in the season.
No. Going shotgun set again, this time from the red zone at the 18-yard line. Quavius Drawn to Ethan Hamilton's right, along with Finney Mahood and Jordan Holyfield out wide. 1 wide receiver on the far side. Snap. Hands it off to Drawn. Drawn's got a hole. Drawn's going to find a gap, and he's going to walk into the end zone after making a few guys miss. What a run by Quavius Drawn.
He just found the hole, and he was gone.
Absolutely gone.
And now the Panthers are showing everyone what they're made of in this game.
Right. And I would like to point out that St. James hasn't scored a point since the first quarter.
Yeah.
And Carolina Force has not looked back since.
Nope.
As the J.J. Chaddock extra point is up and good. And that will push the lead to 14 with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Carolina Force 28, St. James 14. We will be right back with the ensuing St. James drive.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical distance are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com. Or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
We are back for action at St. James Stadium as the Carolina Forest Panthers are on the field for the kickoff after the 18-yard Quavius drawn rushing touchdown. Do you have any updates on the Conway-Sumter game?
That's what I was trying to look for. Haven't seen any as of yet.
As Carolina Forest will boot it away, and it will fall into the end zone right in the hook of the J. And that will be a touchback, so St. James will start back at the 20-yard line once again. What a tale of from the first quarter on for this Carolina Forest team.
Yeah.
Like, St. James has that one drive where they just go the length of the field and score. At the next drive,
right after the Panthers are held up at the 1-yard line, and you're thinking, oh, no, this doesn't look good. And ever since then, it's been all Panthers.
All Panthers. St. James just trying to find anything on offense. There you go, shotgun set again. This time they're going to have Keandre Hayes in the backfield with 2 wide on either side. They're going to move Kelly into the backfield. They're going to go speed option with Kelly. They're going to pitch it to Kelly, but this time it is wrapped up by number 9, Xavion Wins, for a loss of about 5. What a play by Xavion Wins coming from that corner position to make a huge play on that ball.
And this defense has settled into this game after the first quarter. And St. James in the second half thus far has not been able to do anything. And we're less than a minute left to go in the third quarter.
Connor Schwam, they're going to set up in the pistol this time. They're going to have a bunch trips to the right side, the left side of Schwam. Snap, they're going to go triple option again. This time Schwam will keep it himself, in a big hit laid on by number 45, Braylon Fernandez. And I'll tell you what, Braylon Fernandez and Jared Serrato manning those 2 linebacker spots has been absolutely great for this Panthers team.
Yeah, it's been dominant. Still no further update on Conway-Sumter since halftime.
And what's crazy, Braylon Fernandez, a sophomore. Jared Serrato, a junior. Both of those players are back next year.
Going to be back next year.
It's going to be ridiculous. As that will end the third quarter. They're just going to let this clock run out. And, hey, we're on pace for the score that I said. All I'm saying is maybe I am still Tony Romo, even if I'm doing play-by-play. We will take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the last quarter of action here on the Carolina Forest Football Panthers Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we are back at St. James as Christopher Livingston. So I'm assuming because we didn't see Christopher Livingston on at the end of that last drive, I'm assuming his night is done. 183 yards and that 93-yard touchdown run. Just absolutely a great showing in replacement of Khalil Johnson tonight.
Yeah, and it's something we've talked about all season long is, yes, Khalil Johnson is the primary back, but Christopher Livingston has done great work throughout the season. Jaron Fox has done great work. Even Quavius Drawn, when we've seen him, has been productive. And this running game is just so dynamic that you can basically plug anyone into it, and they're going to be successful.
But you know what that has a lot to do with?
The offensive line.
And those people in the trenches are just absolutely killer. So we'll open up the fourth quarter with a 3rd and 12, and again, 3rd and long is where this defense has shined, and they're already backed up at the 18-yard line to begin with. So could this Carolina Forest Panthers offense or defense, if they force a turnover, it could be really quick. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. They're going to look deep they're going to look for a screen pass to number 5, Keandre Hayes, but that's going to fall incomplete. And there's a hurt Panther on the field. I can't see the number. He's on his side. It's Ronnie Walker, I believe. No, it's not. It's Carson Quant, I believe. I can't see the number yet. He's reaching at his right foot. Currently getting attended to by the training staff, but you'd have to assume the St. James team, they punt the ball here 4th and 12.
Yeah, they're gonna punt.
Unless they think that they can't, the defense isn't going to be able to stop them, in which case they have to go for it to keep their chances alive.
I mean, either way, I think they're done. But,
right.
You know.
I mean, but as a coach, you're not going to look at your team.
True.
Like, we're done.
No. I understand that. But
trying to see. Yeah, it's Carson Quant who was down on the field. We're hoping it's just a cramp that he's walking on his own power. It doesn't seem like anything bad, but you never want to speculate.
Not that he is one of the top guys in that secondary, but
before you say that though, Ronnie Walker in his replacement, he's played pretty dang well.
No. What I was gonna say was, do you just in case, because you probably do want to use him in the playoffs, do you just hold him out the rest of the game?
Yeah,
as a precaution.
They are actually going to punt this. Hector Rodriguez is going to come on to punt. His first punt, if you remember, was inside the 10, but that led to the Christopher Livingston 93-yard touchdown run. So they're actually going to have nobody's going to be back for Carolina Forest to even field this punt.
Which makes sense considering how deep they are.
Right. And the punt is up and away. It'll land right at the 47, and that's where it'll check up at. And this Panthers team will start at their 47.
Panthers get great field position, already just 3 yards away from getting into St. James territory.
Yeah.
And, this is a good sign. Not that there were really any concerns going into next week, but this is a good sign that even with some adversity in the first half, that the Panthers were able to turn it around and settle into the game and get things going.
They're going to go shotgun. Livingston's back in the game. He's on the right side of Ethan Hamilton on the far side. Snap. Livingston's going to get the handoff. He's got a hole, and he's going to break through. He's going to break one tackle. Oh! He's going to get tripped up.
If he would have been able to stay upright, he might have been gone.
Wow. Tripped up, and he's going to be marked at the 46-yard line. But that was action. Hamilton's looking down the field. He's going to find a wide receiver for a big gain. It was caught by, I can't tell who it is. I think it was number 10, Hayden Souls, on the catch. But either way, it was a great throw by Ethan Hamilton to zip it in between about 2 or 3 defenders and get all the way down to the 17-yard line.
And we've talked about it all game, how well Ethan Hamilton has thrown the ball tonight.
Right.
Especially compared to how he's played in games past. This is a great sign going forward, because especially against a team like a Somerville, where they saw all rushes in that game. They're not expecting Ethan Hamilton to step back to throw.
Right.
So if he can add this new layer to his game,
that would be huge.
The offense is even more dynamic.
And a good catch by Hayden Souls. While it was a good throw between a couple defenders, he had to kind of go back for it.
Yeah.
And so that was still a good catch by Hayden Souls. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Ober still in the fullback. They're going to hand it to Drawn this time, and Drawn's going to get a big push. And it'll be just short of a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down that we had on the past 2 plays. I forgot it. But he did not quite get it there, but we'll still get a gain of about 8. Ethan Hamilton looking to the sideline. And I think an underrated part of this rushing offense is the play of Joe Ober. And I think he gets looked over in the fullback position, but he's that lead blocker for the running back most of the time. Shotgun set with Drawn in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Drawn again, but this time Drawn will get met up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And even coming out of the backfield, he's made a couple of catches on dig routes.
Right. Definitely targeted more than your average fullback.
Yeah.
More of a Kyle
he's
Juszczyk role.
He's more of an H-back more
Yeah.
than a fullback.
Livingston's going to come back into the game for this third and about 10. Or third and about 2, excuse me. Yeah, Livingston being that short yard back, that's usually where you see him.
Yeah.
Livingston's going to be to the left of Ethan Hamilton with 2 wide on the right side, on the far side. Snap, he's looking to pass. He's going to fall. Dropped. Dropped by number. I couldn't tell who the number. 17 Holyfield was on the target, I believe. Yeah, that was Jordan Holyfield on the target, and honestly, Ethan Hamilton put it right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, it was right there. Holyfield just could not hang on.
Only the second incompletion by Ethan Hamilton all night. Which, again.
And both balls were right at their intended targets.
Right. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Livingston still in the game. Snap. Ethan Hamilton's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get right up the middle and break a couple tackles, and falling into the end zone. Touchdown, Ethan Hamilton. His third of the night, by the way.
Ethan Hamilton just showing off his power right there. Normally it's Christopher Livingston who's that goal line back, power back, but Ethan Hamilton saying, I can be a power runner too.
As J.J. Chaddock's going to line up for this extra point.
And they're on pace for your score.
I know. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
They're already up to my score.
J.J. Chaddock's PAT is up and good. And that will stretch the lead to 21.
21 points, yep.
21, maybe?
Yep, 35-14.
Yep, 35-14. I can't do math. You should know this. And honestly, great drive by this Panthers team. They didn't have the long field like the 93-yard touchdown run, but still a great methodical drive. You saw 3 different ball carriers right there. And as we go into this commercial break, it'll be really interesting to see if this defense can keep the second quarter on shutout going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical distance are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com, or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
And we are back getting ready for this kickoff of the fourth quarter. We got 9:12 left to go. And there's an unsportsmanlike penalty, I guess, at the end of that play. So this kickoff is going to be from the 25-yard line, which I didn't even see a flag.
I didn't see it either.
They just motioned it, so.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a J.J. Chaddock touchback from here.
Giant boot?
A giant boot. A cannon. Cannon. He's setting up on that right hash mark. I wonder if he's going to try to.
It would be.
Highly disrespectful.
Yes.
But equally funny. Although that far side is wide open if he wanted to do it, but it'll just be a deep kick.
Launch it.
And it's going to roll into the end zone.
And,
no, it's going to check up at the 2. It'll check up at the 2, and he's got to field it at the 2-yard line. He's trying to reverse field. He doesn't have any blockers. He's going to get swallowed up at the 5-yard line.
Wow.
What a kick. That's like what a punch should be.
Yeah.
But instead he has to field it.
That is a perfect kick for J.J. Chaddock. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it was perfect. Just planted itself right on the 1-yard line.
Wow. They're going to actually mark him at the 10-yard line. So Connor Strom and the St. James Sharks offense will start at the 10-yard line.
I think that's a very generous spot.
I think so too.
I would say maybe the 8 at most.
At most, but probably give St. James any help they can
yeah.
get. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Isaiah Brown is still in the backfield with Schwalm. They're going to move Kelly into the backfield. They're going to run the triple option with Kelly out to the outside, but this time Xavion Wins is out there to set the edge and will limit him to a gain of about 2. And again, Xavion Wins is a name we've called a lot tonight, and that's pretty par for the course so far this year.
Yeah, Xavion Wins that power in the secondary, and he's had a great game thus far.
Shoot, the entire defense has really had a good game. Like a lot of tackles for loss, a lot of a couple sacks, an interception. It's just been a good all-around game by this defense in the second half.
And just like in this game, I'll let you take the next play, and then I'll give you an update.
Shotgun set, and it'll be a handoff to Brown, and Brown's going to get tackled by a prowl of Panthers, led by Jonathan Principe on the tackle.
Just like in this game, the team that was expected to win has finally taken control of Sumter versus Conway. 28-16, Sumter in the lead.
Yeah, so that, I mean, again, like this game, kind of evens everything out, and everyone kind of goes back to normal.
Yep.
So, again, another 3rd and long by the St. James offense, and it feels like they haven't been able to get out of 3rd and longs this half. It's just been 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12.
And those are the types of down and distances that this Panther defense loves.
And speaking of, they're going to force Schwalm out of the pocket on a shotgun set, and he might get a couple yards, but it'll be still 4th down and about 5. And good pressure by Junior Jimenez on that. He got off the edge, but then didn't necessarily break contain too bad to where he couldn't catch back up to Connor Schwalm. And they're going to mark him down at the 17-yard line, so it'll be 4th and about 3. 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go after Schwalm waltzed out of bounds. They're actually going to punt from their own. They're going to punt now, so I think St. James is waving the white flag here.
Yeah.
Nobody back deep for Carolina Forest to receive this punt. Rodriguez with the punt away. Good punt, high and angling towards the sideline. It's going to take a great Sharks bounce, and it'll check up right at the 20-yard line. And that's where Carolina Forest will start their drive.
But now does that good punt foreshadow good things for the Panthers? Because last time there was a good punt by Rodriguez, it resulted in a 96-yard or 93-yard touchdown run on the first play.
So what I thought was going to happen on the last drive is going to happen now. I think Quavius Drawn's coming in, so I think that's going to be the end of Christopher Livingston's night. But what a just an absolute throbbing by this run game that we were used to seeing, but
it may not even be done. We may even see some of the backup to the backups like we did last week
with Chris Madrid.
Yeah,
may see a Chris Madrid sighting.
Yes.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side, along in the backfield with Quavius Drawn to Ethan Hamilton's right. Snap. Play action, actually. Joe Ober's going to be in the flat. He'll catch it for a gain of about 3 or 4. And, hey.
Like I said,
right.
Yeah. Like I said, Joe Ober even coming out of the backfield in the passing play and making a nice catch.
And, I mean, that's, again, an extension of the run game right there for the Carolina Forest offense. 2nd and 6. Panthers on the 24-yard line.
And this is this is like an NFL style offense now. You set up the passing game with the run.
Right. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. Shotgun set, 2 on the near side with the Drawn on the far side. They're going to hand it off to Drawn, and Drawn will get wrangled down after a gain of only 1, setting up 3rd and 5. So we've kind of reached the point where I would normally be calling play-by-play anyway. But it's been fun. I'm glad I got to call the 93-yard Livingston run.
You got a big play this week.
Actually, that might be the biggest play of the year.
I think so too.
I think that if not, it's close.
Yeah.
They'll mark it down as 3rd and 4 from the 26-yard line.
Because this year has not been.
I mean, you've had a couple 75-yard runs.
Yeah, but it's been much more methodical. Just 3 yards in a cloud of dust type offense.
Shotgun set. They're going to move Finney Mahood in the backfield. They're just going to hand it off with Drawn, and Drawn's going to get enough for the Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down and a little bit more, and it'll be a gain of about 8. And Drawn just continuing to chew this clock, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, that's all you want right now with 6.5 left to go in the game.
But you know what I want to see?
What?
Another touchdown.
Yeah, of course.
I want to see I want to see a touchdown just from me.
Well, yeah.
Just so that I could technically be closer to the right score.
Yes.
If you had the over in this game, I think you might have hit it.
Probably.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side with Ober in that fullback position. They're going to go 3-step drop with Ethan Hamilton looking right. He's got no room, and he's going to scramble out. I think he might have gotten a yard.
Yeah, he got a yard. That was a great job. He was completely surrounded, but was just able to step up in the pocket and just get a yard. Better to get a yard than to lose a couple.
Right. And Isaiah Brown was near the shiver of sharks that were in that play. But he's playing both sides of the ball right now, and that's always something that you need to commemorate because I could imagine playing all 48 minutes of a football game. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Joe Ober on the near side as well with Drawn in the backfield with Hamilton. Drawn gets the handoff and will get a gain of about 2, and that will set up 3rd and 7.
Quick Somerville Fort Dorchester update. Somerville up 28-14 late in the 3rd.
Yeah, that's something you kind of expect.
Yeah.
Drawn just came out of the game. He was favoring a different part, and that's Holyfield in at quarterback now. Holyfield's in at quarterback instead of Ethan Hamilton, and he's going to take the snap in the shotgun with Livingston in the backfield as well. They're going to hand it off to Livingston, and Livingston will get swallowed up for a loss of 1. And you think maybe they're just going to say,
with 4.5 minutes left to go in the game, up by 21, this one's over. So, yeah, play it safe, take all the starters out at this point.
But here's the thing. Ethan Hamilton's going to come back into punt. So, whatever.
Especially with how protected punters are, I don't think you really have to worry about anything on that front.
As the punt is a little off his foot, and that's going to not be a very far punt. It'll be marked out. It'll be put up, depending on the spot. St. James will start right on the 50. And when we come back, St. James will assume, presumably the last possession of the game.
Yeah.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are back as St. James is going to be in the shotgun set with 3 wide on the near side. Schwam getting pressured. He's going to have to scramble out. He's going to find some room. He's going to get down to the first down and a little bit more. That's going to be a rush of about 12. And good scramble by Schwam to know, good pocket presence to know when he was needed to flush out of the pocket.
Yeah, it's a little too late probably, but a good offensive start to this drive for St. James.
And St. James is officially in Panthers territory. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Brown in the backfield with Schwam. Schwam's going to go 3-step drop, looking left. He's going to find a receiver on the corner, but it'll be incomplete on the sideline. Through the hands of number 16. No number 16?
That must be someone who came into or has come into this game late. Number 16. Yeah, there's actually no 16 on the master roster either. So
okay, I'm gonna go with 12 and say it was Baylor Tibbetts, but that's a little weird.
It may be a JV player that has been called up to the varsity roster.
Maybe. Shotgun set. They're going to move Kelly into the backfield. They're going to go screen pass out to number 12, and that's going to be a face mask. But number 12, Baylor Tibbetts, this time for real, will get the catch. And Jamari Davis definitely had a face mask on that play. Did you hear that?
What?
One of the fans goes, "Do you have money on the game?" Dude, I don't think a 93-yard touchdown run has anything to do with the refs. But it's St. James fans. What do I expect?
Yeah. I mean, this game has been over for a decent bit, so one penalty isn't going to change.
Not going to change
the outcome.
But either way, it is a face mask on Jamari Davis. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. This is the first time St. James has been in the red zone after the first quarter.
Yeah.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Snap, 3-step drop, looking right, now looking left. He's going to find someone wide open. Actually, it's intercepted. Jordan Sandiford in the end zone. He's going to bring it back out, which I think is kind of stupid. But Jordan Sandiford with the interception.
I think they're going to say it's a touchback anyway, based on
No, they're marking it at the 4.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw the ref waving his hand as a touchback.
No. There's a flag on the play, but Jordan Sandiford with an absolute beautiful play. I thought he covered so much ground.
Well, he was playing basically like a zone, but also a QB spy essentially,
right?
And saw where the receiver was, and just as soon as that ball went up, he was on it to get back to where the ball was supposed to be, and made the interception.
There's going to be a personal foul on count 4. It's going to back up to the 1-yard line. Actually, inside the 1.
Yeah. So hey, maybe they won up themselves and get a 99-yard touchdown run.
Wow. I would go ballistic. I would go absolutely crazy. Shotgun set. Yeah, Jordan Holyfield's going to come in and be the QB for this drive. If he runs the ball right here, I'm going to cry because I'm going to have to add another freaking column to my spreadsheet. Christopher Livingston's in the game as well. So a 93-yard and a 99-yard touchdown on the way.
Yep.
Timeout Carolina Forest as 3:19 left to go in the game. I mean, honestly, this second quarter, or the second, well, even after, so from the second quarter on has just been absolutely amazing from this Panthers team. And we talked about it at the halftime. It's been a tale of 2 quarters at the end of the half.
Yeah.
And it's continued in the second half.
Yeah.
This Panthers team, maybe if they don't get the ball spotted to them at the 1-yard line and they don't they give up the 1 touchdown drive, this game could be even 35-7.
This could be 35-7 if,
or heck, really 42-7. Let's be real about it.
Yeah.
There were some things in the first quarter that Carolina Forest.
Well, no, it should be 42-7 because think about it. They should have scored on that first drive.
Right.
And then they should have the bad snap on the punt that gave the Sharks a 1-yard drive.
Right.
So without those 2 plays, which just are 2 yards in total, difference, and. They're it's still going to be at the 1-yard line, but Carolina Forest looking at their sideline. Shotgun set, 1 wide on the near side, everyone in the box. Snap. They're going to hand off to Livingston. Livingston's got a little bit of a hole, not quite a 99-yard run, but it'll be enough to get a little bit of breathing room. 9-yard run for Livingston, and it'll be up to the 10-yard line. Yeah, still a good run, obviously. Would have loved to have gotten that huge touchdown run, but still gives them some breathing room.
They're going to go, I believe, shotgun again. It'd be a pretty safe bet to go shotgun, considering they don't run any other formation.
No.
Not my best Tony Romo moment. Shotgun set, 1 wide on the near side with Livingston in the backfield as well. Holyfield's going to take the snap. And, dang it, he'll keep it himself for the Tony McAfee. Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Force first down. Didn't say Pat McAfee this time. But the reason I'm saying dang it is because I got to add the spreadsheet.
Now you have to add a Jordan Holyfield section.
I hate it here. Holyfield for a, we'll say, 5-yard run.
Yeah.
This sucks. It's just tedious.
And that'll probably be his only. Well, he may get another couple of runs carry, in this game, but outside of that, that'll probably be his only stats for the season.
And the handoff to, I believe that was Livingston. He's going to get pushed down at the 20-yard line, or the 30-yard line, 20-yard line.
Yeah, 20.
I was right.
You were right the first time. Final score.
It was actually number 16 who on the carry. I don't know who that is.
Another one that we need to go
deep. Oh, 16 is listed as
Cameron Long. Is that Cameron Long?
There's no way. No shot.
And if anything, why would he be playing running back?
Okay, look, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Shotgun set, one wide on the near side with, I guess, Cameron Long in the backfield, and they're going to hand it off to him again, and he will get a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Okay, I'm going to put it in as Long, but I'm going to check with somebody to make sure that that's actually right.
So, some final scores real quick. South Florence dominated West Florence in the Battle of Florence, 38-0. And that's the only relevant score.
Close to us?
Yeah.
Shotgun set. There's only 45 seconds left to go in this game. This will be the last play of the game.
Yeah.
Snap. They're going to hand it off to Long again, and Long is going to get a gain of 4, and that will be the game in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, you'd have to assume, yeah. Well, they're staying on the field.
I mean, that's
Don't understand quite
20 seconds
why.
left. We're going to run one more play. Touchdown, 70 yards. No, Holyfield's going to the bench.
Okay.
That'll be it.
Yeah, they're just going to let the clock expire.
And in my first game, calling play-by-play for the entire game, your Carolina Forest Panthers will win 35-14 in St. James.
And complete the region sweep, keeping their 6-game winning streak on the season. 10 straight games, 10-game winning streak over St. James. And finish off the sweep of the region. Number 1 seed in Region 5-5A. And presumably playing these same St. James Sharks next week at home in the first round of the SCHSL playoffs.
What a game. Honestly, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think you had a lot of fun just listening to me just ramble for 48 minutes.
Give me a night off.
Right. I think the biggest part about it is the fact that Carolina Forest has swept the region, which that's never happened before.
Yes, it has. It has 2019.
Oh, they did.
Only other time
that
they've done it. When the other only time they won the region.
Right.
They did sweep.
You got any last words before I sign us off for the first time ever?
Just a very good, resilient win for the Panthers after going down 14-0 to start off the game, to completely shut down St. James after that, score 35 points offensively unanswered in the second, third, and fourth quarters. And, yeah, a good momentum boost for the Panthers, even if the game didn't really matter. Going into the playoffs, and a great way to end the season.
Right. The regular season. We still got lots of football to play.
No. Hopefully we have another 5 weeks left to go before we're done of the 2023 season.
Well, if you don't mind me doing the honors.
Go ahead.
For Brandon Biskobing, this is Preston Payne saying so long. Stay safe, everyone.